Welcome back, beautiful souls. It's the Soldier of Light reporting for duty. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in. Um, also, if you're not making the live, for the people who may be watching this video or listening to it, whatever the situation may be, just want to say thank you for your support and your love, and definitely for all the warriors in the chat who monitor it, make sure everything is on the up and up, and just all the beautiful souls who are listening and watching this situation or this show. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for your continued support and love. Um, just before we kind of get started, um, just know things are changing. Okay. And I feel many of you feel that. As I mentioned, we need to project the energy out into the universe as if things have already been done. We've seen the justice take place on the big stage. I feel like that's something we need to do to continue to push this timeline along quicker than it's been going. And I know there's been some setbacks and things like that, like everything, but um, things are moving along. Things are moving along beautifully, and I feel like there's going to be some changes coming. The banking system. So I just wanted to kind of tell everybody, as I mentioned before, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do, but the fact that everyone that is ever interviewed on TV is telling you, "Oh, the banks are safe. The bank is good. We're going to be good. Your deposits are safe." The fact that they're telling you that stuff on TV, you should do the exact opposite. That's what they do. They control the masses that way. It's groupthink. So the stuff that they're literally telling you on TV, what you're hearing on radio, do the opposite. And I feel like that's going to be the best thing you could probably do at this point. And the fact that they keep making points that J.P. Morgan is the biggest bank in the world, and they are, they were, and that they're too big to fail, all that stuff. No, they're not. They're going to fail too. So they've already failed. It just hasn't caught up yet. So just know that there's some news that's coming down the horn. I know it'll get ugly before it gets better. People are thinking that we're going to wake up tomorrow and things are going to be better. It's not going to be for some time. So just know that things have to continually go downward. And that means being strong when you feel you're not strong, that you feel weak. That's the art of war. That's the whole scenario is, when you look strong when you're weak and look weak when you're strong. That throws off the enemy, throws off the person that, whatever this is, you're battling even yourself. So that just says that make sure that you stay strong. Even if you don't feel like you're strong inside, push yourself to keep moving forward, because that's how this is going to get to the other side. Um, just what I want to say to people who may be upset about things, like, oh, things aren't moving along, or things are whatever's going on in the world, just know that look where we've come from. Look where you were yesterday. Look where you were a week ago. Look where you were a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. And just see the growth or the change in yourself when that's that amount of time. And some people say, "Oh, my scenario hasn't changed. I'm still stuck with my house payments and taking the kids running around and all." That's not what I'm saying. You might be doing some of the same repetitive tasks, but look where you've come from. You're learning a lot about yourself. You're growing. So just know that this was always meant to happen. The seeds have been well planted for all of us, and we're here for a reason. When it gets hard, that's why a lot of us have had hard lives, is to prepare us for what's coming. Things are going to get a little bumpier for sure before they get better. So we just need to keep manifesting that it's already done. Victory has already happened. And that way we put a timeline. That's how powerful we are. We are all that powerful. And together collectively, we can draw the line in the sand. This is it. This is victory at this point. Now we have to just get to that line that we've drawn as a collective, I mean, as a whole. So that little bit of thing, like I keep hearing from people is, yeah, I don't know what I've done, or I wish there was more I could do, or what is my purpose? You know, those types of things. You know, those are things like your purpose is being you and just being you alone. That's what the purpose is. And you being you and going through your journey has a bigger effect on the collective than not only just yourself. So that's all you need to be is you. Just be you. And everything that comes along with it is for you. So good or bad, or whatever, however you want to call it, it's just a term, you know, good or bad. It's a learning experience either way. If it works good, if it doesn't, it's a learning experience. So we got to look at it. It's the emotion part. We have to take the emotions out of it, and from a spiritual side, and just look at it as a learning opportunity for everything. So we're just taught to react a certain way because that's how we've been preconditioned. We've been preconditioned to act certain ways for certain things that we, automatically you make a decision. You hear something, you feel something, it just triggers. It's a trigger. It's a trigger. There's a reason why it's a trigger. So it's a trigger for a reason, to throw you off your alignment. So that's something that just to step back for a little bit and just kind of take some of the emotion out. I know it's hard not to sometimes, but that's the best message I think that Spirit says is just take the emotion out of it. Look at everything as a learning experience, and it's time to move forward. You're going to keep moving forward no matter what. Either you do it angrily, or you do it, very fearful, or you do it very happily, or you do it very joyful. Either way, you're going to move forward. So it just depends on how you take things in, and how, like we mentioned all the time, energy you put out is the energy you're going to pull in. So that's what the whole, just love yourself. You are strong. You're the reason why the universe is the way it is, literally because of you. So let's go ahead and get started. Just want to jump off the little soapbox for a little bit. Just wanted to start with that. Mention once again, if I were you, not giving financial advice, but maybe pull some money out if you can, just to have. I just don't want people to go without. So I feel like that's where that's going. And I feel like there is everything they tell you on the TV is straight lies. So straight up. Everything that fool that they put in front of the bumbling fool that's in the white place in DC, if you tell everything he's literally said has literally been the opposite of it that's come out. So he's been saying, everything is safe, everything is good. That's a key moment for you to run away. Run fast. But just don't want to see anyone kind of like, oh man, I can't get something, I can't buy food, or whatever the situation is. That's why I've been adamant about saying these things, because I feel like Spirit's telling me, tell people that it's to at least have something prepared just in case, so they can make sure that their lives are disrupted as little as possible. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for everyone, because it's not, but I'm just saying is as many disruptions as you can eliminate, the better. So let's go ahead and get started. How many ascended masters are here on Earth right now? Well, let's find out. Well, one card flipped over when I was shuffling. That's the Empress card. So let's see. So there's definitely ascended masters here. Three. I think there's 33 of them. There's 33 of them. So I feel, and they're collaborating, because I have the Empress, which is a 3 for me as well. And I also have, that's abundance, nurturing, healing, evolution, growth. I also feel that the Three of Pentacles is next. They're collaborating. They're working as a team. They're building something. So I feel this is for a purpose. And the Magician card, once again, they're here manifesting. They're here to help manifest. They're using their skills to train others. Even though you may not think you're training, you are training. So I feel that's what they're doing is they're working. They're very, very skillful. Hence the Ascended Master portion of it. And the Wheel of Fortune. So it's part of fate. It's what their purpose is. It's to complete. It's part of their journey as well. They're completing something. It's inevitable why they're here. They're telling me that there's change. They're here to bring change. And then I have the Death card, transformation. So moving along. Also tells me metamorphosis. So that comes back to helping people grow. Metamorphosis for me is like the cocoon, the butterfly. I feel like kind of people are going to come out of their cocoons and spread their wings is what I'm kind of getting with the Death card. So bring something to an end, move into something new. And it's a cycle, completion of a cycle is what they're telling me. And the 10 of Swords, because of betrayal, because of the stuff that's gone on, the pain. So they're bringing that pain to an end. They're also, this is a completion, a collapse. They're bringing a collapse to the old system is what I'm getting. And then the Star card. So to remain hopeful, to bring calm and peace. It's a good omen that they're here. Also tells me that there's some rejuvenation coming. Something is coming that's going to rejuvenate the people around, the energy. So I feel like they're raising vibrations and they're bringing an old. I have the Five of Cups holding up my reading. So that tells me the loss. The fears, they're helping with these things, the losses and the fears and the pessimism and all these things that people are that they've been going through. So it tells me that there's hope. So that's beautiful reading. I feel there's 33 Ascended Masters here. And I feel like they're working together. I think that 33 is a big number. That's why I feel the dark uses that number a lot. So but there's power in the 33. So that's kind of what I got, Dennis. Hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. Am I reading my surgeon's energy right towards me? I get the 10 of Cups first, so yes, fulfillment. I don't know what this is, or completion. So I feel like there's going to be some completion. Then I have the Six of Swords, so leaving behind something or transition, some type of movement. So I don't know if you're going to be taking a trip somewhere for this situation. I have the Moon card after that, so it tells me maybe there's some fears from your aspect. But it tells me with the Four of Wands that everything's going to be okay. There's going to be a celebration, joy is going to come from this situation. And I have the Judgment card. So it tells me some type of renewal, some type of rejuvenation. I don't know what this is going to be about, but tells me that this is good. It's divine in nature, and it's karmic. So it tells me that this is something that had to happen, and there's going to be the Nine of Pentacles tells me the fruits of your labor, whatever the situation is going to pay off. It's going to be for the betterment of yourself. And it tells me that this is something that there's going to be some type of reward for the situation. So the Knight of Wands is holding in my reading. So taking action and being fearless. That's what they're telling me. So they're telling me not for you not to be afraid, because the Moon card tells me there's some fears and some doubts. But it tells me about your trip or about this transition or whatever's going on. It tells me it's for the positive, and it's something that's meant to happen. So hope that resonated with you, Monique. And thank you for the super chat. Will I be a successful healer if I open a center? Meaning, will I be able to make this my living and be okay financially? I think first I'm going to say, will you be, will you open a center? That's what I think I'm going to, and then just see what they take me from there. So I have the Lover's card. So it tells me that there's going to be a choice you make is going to be good. It's actually, I feel like there's some divine guidance with this. I feel like you're going to partner up with someone when it comes to the situation. And I feel like there's going to be, I feel energies and alignment. So things are going to come into alignment for you. And I feel the Ace of Swords. So it tells me a new opportunity. It also tells me success. Also tells me that this idea is you're going to have clarity moving forward because I have the Page of Pentacles, so you're manifesting this. Also tells me a very good financial opportunity for you, and it tells me you're ambitious. You're going to develop skills, and it's your desire. The Nine of Cups comes out, so it tells me contentment, fulfillment. It also tells me you're going to heal. You're going to heal a lot of people, and it tells me that the fruits of your labor are going to be beautiful, and that your wish will come true with that Nine of Cups. And the Strength card. You have great inner strength. It's something that you're doing. It's going to take some courage of yours, though, to go outside of your normal. What they're telling me, but it tells me though that you're going to focus on this, and you're going to do very good at it. So it tells me you're taking responsibility, and that you're open to receiving and giving love. Is what this is. That's why I feel that this will work out for the betterment of you. And the Two of Wands, you're going to start making plans in your future. So it is. It tells me it's part of your expansion. You're going to make progress with it. And I feel like you're going to make this, you're going to take a trip somewhere to find the center or something like that. I feel like there's going to be some plans and you're going to take a trip somewhere to find this place. I feel like, or you're going to make plans of it. But I feel like there's going to be a trip in your future. And I have the Three of Pentacles holding in my reading. So it tells me that there is a collaboration once again. Teamwork. You're going to build something together. There's going to be a partnership involved. So hope that resonated with you, Monique. And thank you for the super chat. All right. My husband had a dream last night about me. It was my face, but like in a movie, not a still picture. I had red handprints like a picture frame all around me. I was smiling happy. Could you pull cards? Sure. I have the King of Wands, so it tells me it was your husband for sure. It also tells me that this was some type of uh, like he got, like you said, it was a vision, a picture. But also tells me with the King of Wands, like it was your husband's going to start getting more of these. I feel like if he hasn't already, I don't know if he gets dreams more frequently, but I feel like this is something he's going to develop more. And I feel like this is something to tell you, like you've overcome things. Things are going to be okay. I have the Hangman, so it tells me like letting go of maybe fears, doubts, something along that line. I feel maybe he's a new. He's. I feel like that dream. He's going to look at things from a new perspective now, and I feel like it's something to tell him that to look at things differently moving forward. Have a different view on things. I have the Tower card, so that tells me like it was a revelation of some kind to tell him, hey, things are changing. The Tower card doesn't mean it's bad. It also think to release. Maybe I think I want to say doubts. I want to say some deep down fears or something along that line. I feel like he has to release and let go of. That's what it's telling me. So the Queen of Cups. Yes. So it's. I feel like there's fears for him regarding you, and I feel like there's something he just needs to let these things go. This was a revelation to him to tell him things are going to be okay because I have the Queen of Cups. So it also tells me to remain calm. And I feel like maybe that's part of what they're telling me the most right now is that there's maybe some anxieties at times or some uneasiness. And I feel like maybe a fear of his is something happening to you, is what I feel like. This is telling him to let it go. So intuitively, he's going to start getting more of them. It also tells me that all's going to be well with that Queen of Cups. That tells me nurture himself, and then there's healing involved. The Eight of Wands, it was a message. He's going to get more of them. That's what I was getting already. He's going to start to get more messages like that in his sleep. He also needs to, I feel, write them down. Write the messages down, what I'm getting, because they're going to start to pick up speed. He may get dreams and he may not understand them, but he may understand them later on. So they're telling me to have him write. The King of Pentacles. So yes, manifestation. So this is something that's going to happen more and more. So it tells me he's going to invest in himself, or if he's been worrying about money or something along that line as well, our finances, things are going to be okay. It tells me you're going to be abundant. Tells me things are going to, there's a reason why that he's having these visions. It's part of his growth. It's a practical way for spirit to kind of align with him. And the Four of Pentacles. So I don't know if there's something to do with finances as well. I keep getting finances, something. So he needs to let go of these fears. He said, they're telling me everything, you're okay. He's secure. She's secured. Things are good. But he needs to let go of this. Also, the emotion, the things that he's been holding on to, he needs to let it go. They're telling me that's exactly, this is a two-pronged thing for him. Not only besides the finances, but I also feel like there's something he just let go of. Fear. He's holding on to it. Everything is fine. And the Death card. So a change. So things are going to be okay. Okay, this is a change for him. This is a metamorphosis for him. So things are going to move along. So he's telling me that this is, you're progressing. Everything is progressing like they should. And it also tells me he has to end the old way of thinking, the old doubts, the fears. He has to let go of these things. It tells me things are going to be okay. And the Six of Wands, so victory is coming. He's making progress, as I mentioned. Also tells me work on self-confidence. I feel like that's something he needs to do, but he is making progress. It was a recognition from spirit, that message he got. And the Knight of Swords, holding up my reading, tells me it's a communication. He's going to get that. He's going to get more. He's going to become more clear-minded with some of these things. So I feel like he has to write. If he gets dreams, put a journal by the bed and write a few things down, whatever it is, right away when he wakes up. I feel like things will start to click into place more. And he's going to start making sense more of these dreams as he gets them. I feel like they're going to pick up speed. So hope they resonated with you, Linda. And thank you for the super chat. Sharon Fairchild, thank you for the super sticker. Much love, much love. I don't know how many I have up now, but let's find out. Hi, Jason. Can I get a health reading, please? Love and light. Let's find out. I'm going to ask my angels. Angel cards. So I got the Page of Water. So it tells me with the page, that's like a Page of Cups, okay? So it tells me things are kind of aligning. There's something new is coming, a new phase in your life. I also feel like maybe psychic abilities or things that are going to start to kick up on you is what I'm getting. I have Justice card. So if there's something you've been worrying about or something that's been bothering you, if it's been fears or doubts, it tells me balance is going to come back into your life with the Justice. And this is something that is, it's meant to happen. It's going to work out for the betterment of yourself. Also tells me like with the Justice card, a cause and effect. So I don't know if there's something that you have been doing. Also, it tells me like maybe worrying and doubting also can have effect on your health is what they're telling me, but there will be balance moving forward for you. I have renewal. So it tells me that maybe you're making plans or you've been reevaluating your health and things that maybe you do or you've done from the past. I have like it tells me things are going to change, renewal. So things are coming back or things are going to be renewed. Your health, if it's been down, it's going to be renewed. I feel like it's things are going to move in a new direction. That's kind of what I'm getting. And the Dreamer card. So far in the first four cards, I have three major arcana. So it tells me things are moving. So the Dreamer is coming is have faith. Tells me a new journey. The possibilities are endless. Also tells me find that you're going to find that joy again, and to find that joy in your life again with that Dreamer card. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Earth. So it tells me you're manifesting this. It tells me something tangible. So this tells me that the fruits of your labor will come. You have divine intervention as well. Also tells me like there's abundance coming into your life. And I feel like keep calling that energy in is what they're telling me. And the Six of Fire. So victory. You're going to win. You're making progress, they're telling me. So have self-confidence and continue to move along. You are making progress, they're telling me. So your health will improve as if you've been having issues with your health. The reading is holding my nine of Earth is holding up my reading. So that tells me like the fruits of your labor will come to fruition. Self-sufficiency again tells me abundance once again in your life is coming. So just have faith, Muse. Looks like things are gonna. If you've had any issues, looks like you're right on the right path, and things are gonna turn for you for the better. Hope that resonated with you, and thank you for super chat. Lori Williman, does Spirit have a message for me? Thank you. Let's find out. So I got the Two of Pentacles. So it tells me something you've been weighing, a decision maybe you've been weighing, or something that you're kind of it's been bothering you. It tells me maybe you're a little out of balance. And I feel like, but you're able to adjust. You're adapting. They're telling me with that Two of Pentacles. It also tells me with the King of Swords next that you're going to have clarity. So I don't know if you have racing thoughts or anything like that. I feel like you're a thinker. You think too much, and I feel like there's going to be some clarity coming. Okay, it tells me that you're moving forward and that this is to trust yourself with that King of Swords. I have the Judgment card after that. So it tells me an awakening, a growth, a rebirth, a renewal is coming for you. I feel like a calling, an inner calling has been kind of working. You're telling me an inner calling will come out for you. So I feel like you're going to be pulled that way. And I feel like there's going to be some, it also tells me though, maybe adjusting, maybe for releasing some things, as I mentioned, forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others. That's what it tells me with the Judgment. And I have the Nine of Pentacles as well. So it tells me that fulfillment, abundance is coming for you. Self-sufficient tells me that you to continue to love yourself. It tells me that the fruits of your labor will be very, very successful moving forward as well. I have the Knight of Pentacles after that. So it tells me it's going to take some hard work. It won't be quick. Just in general, it tells me a routine that you do. Keep working towards a routine. It tells me like responsible, and you're taking responsibility for the things. It also tells me that you are making progress, okay, and that your hard work will pay off. It's a very successful card with the Knight of Pentacles. I have the Five of Swords, so it tells me there may be some conflicts up here in your mind. Temporary though, but usually that could be what it is. I feel like it's something maybe things that you experienced, thought, maybe things people have said. I feel like there's some conflicts about maybe moving forward with some things. But the Page of Pentacles comes out, so it tells me that manifestation. So whatever you're manifesting is going to come in your future. Also tells me you're growing. You're learning skills and you're learning things about yourself, and that you're discovering things. Also tells me that you're getting better at manifesting. This is something that you're going to manifest. Something financial, I feel, will come in your future. And I feel like that's something that you're meant to do. An inner calling, as I mentioned. I feel like this inner calling will come out and it'll be beneficial for you in the future. Because I have the 10 of Pentacles holding up my reading. So it tells me the legacy you leave behind is beautiful. It tells me that you're going to be fulfilled, that your family's going to be taken care of, and that the legacy you leave behind is going to be amazing. So just keep pushing. Keep, as you mentioned, as I mentioned before, just keep pushing. Keep those boots moving or feet moving, as we always say. You're learning to adapt. So it tells me there's some decisions and you've been a little out of balance at times, but you have maybe a lot of things on your plate, but it tells me you're adapting well and you're making progress. So keep your head up, keep your feet moving, and all will be well. Hope that resonates with you, Lori. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Can we get a reading for the collective for the month of April? Yeah, let's find out what Spirit has for the collective. First card I pulled is the Tower card. So there's going to be some type of disruption in April. This is for the collective. So this is around the world, not just here. There's going to be some disruption going on. There's an awakening happening. It tells me there's something changed. Something is going to be revealed. And I have the Queen of Cups. So it tells me after this disruption, there's healing going to take place. Okay, stability is coming after that. So it also tells me possibly that to remain calm with this Queen of Cups with during this upheaval or this disruption that we will see. Eight of Wands, because there's going to be news that's going to be brought with the Eight of Wands. And so once this happens, things are going to start to pick up speed. So whatever the situation is, it's going to move things along at a quicker rate. And the King of Pentacles. So I feel like it's something to do with maybe the finances and things like that. So I feel after this disruption that's happening, there's going to be healing and renewal coming, and there's going to be some news coming with the finances because I have the King of Pentacles. So it tells me financial, it tells me abundance, also tells me possibly we may receive some news about a leader moving forward. And the Four of Pentacles. So it tells me possibly financial. So something maybe they've been holding on to that comes back to financial. So security, something along security wise. And it tells me there's going to be, also tells me that they've been holding on to something that maybe is going to be released, news that they've been holding on to. And I have the Four of Cups. So yeah, something I feel will be presented. It'll be, that tells me that's revaluation again. I keep getting revaluations. Also tells me that there's going to be some people who are going to be very disconnected from this situation. So maybe disconnecting from something old and moving into something new is kind of what I'm getting. And then I have the Devil card after that. So tells me there's some type of something from toxic, destructive behaviors. So something along that line, very destructive. And I also feel maybe we might learn something about the dark at that point is what I'm kind of getting with the Devil card. I have the Seven of Cups, so it tells me illusions. So we're going to find out the illusions that have been going on. I also feel like there's some choice. There's the choices that have been made, have been directed from the dark is what I'm getting. And I have the Wheel of Fortune. So a turning point is coming. It's inevitable. The ups and downs. The ups and downs. That's something that's coming. So it tells me good luck, a turning point in a new direction. It's karmic in nature that's happening. So it tells me that there's going to be a change from the dark. And the Star card. So to remain calm again. I keep getting that. Tell people to remain calm. Hope is coming. A good omen, once again, is coming spiritually. Tells me that there's going to be rejuvenation. there's going to be balance brought with the star card. And this is divine in nature, good spiritual omen is what I'm getting. And I have the Four of Wands, so celebration, a homecoming of some sort. So I feel like there's going to be some disruption with the dark and some news. And I feel like things for security and all that thing and healing is going to come from this situation. So there's going to be some type of joy, celebration, homecoming. I feel like so there's going to be some things that are going to be put into place or some news that are going to make is going to be for the betterment of all is what I'm getting. So as I mentioned before the show started, we've already won. We got to just keep manifesting that it's already done. We've already seen the justice happen. That's how we move this timeline along. We have so much power. You don't realize that. That the devil isn't powerful. The devil is only powerful if somebody gives him the power. If that makes any sense to you. So the dark has no power unless you give them your power. That's why they can't do these things and they can't create. They can't do anything. You can. They can't. Because they use you as the vessel. They need your energy. They need your gifts. That's how strong you are. And that's what people need to realize. The manifesto that I heard online the other day about they can never find out that we're superior, but they can never find out that this talking about like the dark and the people who worship the devil, and they think that they're in charge and they're better than everybody. They're not. They're below us actually, and I hate to say that, but it's true because they think at a low level, they're low energy, or at least the beings and the energies that maybe accompany them as the vessel. Those are the low ones. So I feel like when it comes to the situation, like this is their manifesto is basically don't let them find out because we're equals. And once we find out that we're all kings and queens created from God, that's a fear. That's a fear. They should be fearful because then you take your power back. If you knew how strong you were and how powerful you are, that's a true story. Taking that power back, that's the worst thing you can do because that takes power away from the dark because you're taking your own power back because God has said you have a connection directly to God with no middleman in between, no priest, no Bible, no nothing, no guides. You can talk to God and God will talk back. That's a true story. So that's what they're telling me the most. Take your power back, manifest it. It's already here. God loves you. He's going to give you everything. You're his child. You just got to ask, and you got to believe when you ask. Then you got to thank him. I know how my kids were. I'd give them everything, but you know what? They if they did think sometimes like, oh, okay, yeah, like whatever, like you expect it. So that's what God is. Honestly, he wants to give you everything. So I hope that resonated with everyone, Muse, and that tells me we're in it. We're in this. Things are moving along. So, all right. Hi, Soldier of Light. Can the cards tell me anything about my move to my new home on 4/1? Thank you again. That's a perfect day to move, New Year's Day. I have a good feeling for you. I think you're going to do wonderful. But let me look. So I have the 10 of Wands. So your hard work, all the things that you've been burdened with, tells me you're going to come to completion. Okay, tells me this is done deal. Tells me the world. So you are going to make this transition. It's inevitable. It's something you're completing. Tells me this is fulfillment and travel is in your future. What they're telling me. The Hermit card. So it tells me trust yourself. Keeps telling me that. I feel like you don't trust yourself enough. Also tells me you're gonna be I feel like you've been contemplating. You're gonna do some soul searching in this place. I feel like there's gonna be you're gonna learn a lot about yourself spiritually as well. I have the Page of Swords, so it tells me maybe you're gonna have some new ideas. It tells me you're gonna be inspired. Also tells me you're gonna have some mental energy. This is gonna be a renewing thing for you. Renewing, like, your mental energy is gonna be good. It also tells me with the Three of Pentacles, this is something you've been, building, as I mentioned. This is something you've been working towards. Also tells me that you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna be closer to people around you, but there's gonna be people around you. Tells me collaboration, people that you're going to be working with or living around, something along that line. I feel like it's going to be very good collaboration. But I have the Eight of Swords, so it tells me up here, your mind sometimes gets the best of you. So it tells me at the Eight of Swords, like maybe some negative thoughts, maybe some self-imposed thoughts, self-imposed holding yourself back. That's what they're telling me at times. So maybe you're a prisoner of your own mind at times, is what I'm kind of getting. And the Eight of Pentacles, but you're working on it. They're telling me you are working on it. So they're telling me that this is you're going to master these things. Okay, you're going to start to master this. And it tells me you're going to, maybe when you move to this new place, you're going to start to learn something. You're going to a new skill, maybe with this collaboration or something along that line that you may start to develop. Nine of Swords, once again, that's fears and worries. Let them go. Sleepless nights about this. Let them go. Because the Lover's card tells me harmony is coming. The choices you've made are good. And it tells me that there's going to be, once again, I see partnership, collaboration. So something along this line will move to that. And there's going to be harmony there, okay? So the choices you make, so be strong, stay strong. Tells me beautiful. Four of Wands, holding up my reading again. Celebration, joy, homecoming. So it tells me your home, you'll be very joyful and happy there. So that's what this tells me. So you got to just let go of these doubts. I feel like you're a thinker and you worry yourself sometimes, and the universe is saying, stop. It's already done. So it's inevitable. You will take your trip. It will happen. So hope that resonated with you, TTF, and thank you for the super chat. Now my chat's not working. What is going on here? Dude, my thing just went all up. It was all weird. I jumped. Like I was in a different position when I came back. I think I just jumped. Something just took me off world, I think, right now. Because everything froze. Wow. That's cool. I was in a different position too when I came back. Huh. Awesome. Let's find out. Center masters are there in this? Interesting. You want to hear something funny? 17. I keep getting 17. 17. Because the soul tribe is, and one card just flew out of my deck, and it was a sun card. So I got the star card first. So it tells me divine in nature, to bring good hope, to bring calm, to keep people calm. And I have the Tower card because this is they're learning things. This is an awakening. This is part of what we're here for. There's upheaval that's happening. And I have the Queen of Cups. Also tells me compassion, healing, nurturing. I feel like this is something that we're here to do and help people's intuition. I have Eight of Wands. So I feel like the Eight of Wands, it's messenger. We're messengers. Or I keep saying we, but whoever this is, is messengers. I feel whatever's going on, they're messengers with the Eight of Wands. Because I have the World card. They're here to complete something. They're here to, this is something that was karmic in nature. This is something they had to do. They wanted to help complete this, move things in a new direction is what I'm getting. Fulfillment. They've traveled here. I have the Hermit card, very divine in nature, very old souls, very have a lot of knowledge of just themselves and the universe and things like that. There's a divine knowledge in here, and I have the Page of Swords, so communication, helping people like think things differently with the Page of Swords. It tells me mental energies to help keep the mental energy up when people are down. Because I have this, and I literally, the one card that flew out of my deck was the Sun card. So it tells me like it's to help bring things to fruition, success, joy, happiness, um, some type of rebirth, renewal. It's a sunny day. Keep getting a new sunny day. And then I have the Empress card holding up my reading. So it's for nurturing, growth, evolution for the Ascended Masters as well as the collective. It's part of the evolution. It's a nurturing thing. It's a loving thing. It's like a parenting thing is what I'm getting. It's what I keep getting like very parenting, like motherly energy, protective, very help you grow, help nurture this situation is what I'm kind of getting, Dennis. So hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. My daughter's father, health okay. I got the Nine of Cups. Your wish will come true. Contentment tells me stability. If you've been a little out of whack, it tells me there's some stability. The Ten of Cups is next, so it tells me fulfillment. Tells me divine in nature. Tells me that there's this is something that is supported. He's very supported. He's supported, also loved. He's very loved, and I also feel like this is something that is happiness, fulfillment is coming. The Six of Swords, so transitioning. So there's going to be a transition. Tells me that he's moving on. There's moving on from the old, moving out of troubled waters into something calm. And the Knight of Cups. So tells me he's been following his heart. He trusts himself. Also tells me like he's been very creative. So things are moving along. That's what they're telling me. Making progress. And then Three of Cups, so celebration, happiness, family. So it tells me joy. Tells me things are, his health is, looks like he's made a transition, and things are moving along, and there's happiness, there's joy. And then the Queen of Wands. So once again, joy, happiness, confidence. That could also be for you because he's very determined. So he's had some tests he's had some tests that tells me obstacles that he's overcome. So tells me that's what, and I have the Emperor card, so father figure. So yeah, tells me he's his health. I don't see anything dark or negative in this for you to worry. Tells me he's making transition, he's making a progress, or telling me, and it's inevitable. So it tells me he's making progress for the better. So hope that that resonated with you, Carrie, and thank you for the super chat. We know TVs emit programming. Can the same be said of streaming shows on our phones, such as many kids watch? Mm. I don't think so. I think that there was at first, or there was an agenda for it, because I have the Five of Wands. So it tells me there was some type of fight, some type of obstacle, some type of competition. Because I have the Two of Swords. So it tells me also that's like something it was put on hold. So that was the agenda, but it's been put on hold. It's at a deadlock. But I have the Six of Wands next. So it tells me victory. Whatever the situation is making progress and is victorious. King of Wands. So a leader stepped in to overcome this. So I feel like this was something that was focus, because of a vision, some type of visionary, I feel. And the Emperor card. So I feel like this was an agenda. There was a fight for this. It's been put on hold. They made progress. It's going to come out in the public. I guarantee it. And then King of Wands. So overcoming challenges, a vision, tells me this is a focus. Because also when it comes to little kids watching these devices and things, I have the Emperor card. A father figure, a protective figure, a leader. Also tells me that it was a focus. It's a focus of his when it comes to children. Nine of Cups. Fruits of his labor will come true. He's going to be very content. People are going to be very good. It's going to be your wish came true. So his wish was already come true. So it tells me he's going to be people are going to be very gracious. They're going to have much gratitude for this situation is what they're going to find out. And the Ten of Cups, fulfillment of family, out of love, divine in nature. Once again, the fruits of your labor, your wish comes true. So it tells me whatever the situation is, your soul's loved and supported. So this is telling me in divine in nature. And it was a strategy. The Seven of Swords held up my reading, so it tells me it was a strategy. It also tells me that there was some betrayal possibly and some trickery. That's what was overcome is what I was kind of getting. So hope that resonated with you, Kendra, and thank you for a super chat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Wow, my thing is acting weird tonight. Aman Yin Sound Healing. Will I be a successful sound and energy healer? Well, that starts with your belief. Same thing with Monique is asking the same question. This all starts from you, as we mentioned. I'm going to pull cards. I already kind of know the answer, what they're telling me, but they're telling me that you need to have confidence. That's what they're telling me. That's the first thing they're telling me. She's not confident. Let's find out. The Fool card. So it tells me a new journey is coming for you. Okay? Follow your dreams. Prosperity is coming. It tells me this is an opportunity is coming for you. Ace of Wands, so a new project. So whatever this is you're going to do, you're going to take your power back. That's what they're telling me. It's your desire. There's an opportunity coming. So a new beginning, new potentials is part of your growth. Page of Pentacles tells me you're going to be very good at it. You're manifesting this. Also tells me you're going to have great skill when it comes to this. Also tells me that you're going to be diligent at it. You're going to continue to work and grow. Also tells me something financial is going to come to you. It's going to be very tangible. The Chariot card. So yeah, tells me you're going to maybe, this will be in a different place. You're going to travel to this place, as they're telling me. Also tells me that this is going to be a new direction for you. It's coming. It's going to start to come towards you. You're manifesting it towards you with that Chariot card. And the Hierophant. So yeah, you're going to set up an organization, but a building, some type of business, because the Hierophant is usually like, that's what I get, institution. So you're going to set up some type of institution for healing. And I feel like it's going to be something with divinely guided, and people they're going to trust you. That's what I feel. You need to trust yourself is what I'm getting as well a lot right now, like banged in the head. Tell her to trust herself. The Magician card tells me you have all the skills that you need. You're manifesting this. Also comes back to self-confidence once again. Keeps coming back to you have to believe this. You have to take the action. Clarity is coming. So it tells me you're manifesting this. Have some confidence. All the tools in the toolbox are there. Then I have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles tells me abundance. Tells me you're going to be very practical and you're going to put this in place or in play. And it tells me that the fruits of your labor are going to be very, very good for you. You're going to help, but also financially, it's going to be a very good opportunity for you. So 3 of Wands holding in my reading. So it's part of your progress. You're going to make the plans, your commerce, your finances are going to expand, but also tells me you're going to be planning a trip. So you're going to be traveling. So I don't know where you're going to travel to this place, but I feel there's going to be a trip in your future regarding this is what I'm getting. So I hope that resonated with you. Yin, and I hope that thank you for the super chat. Where do I go when I sleep? That's a good question. Well, you do travel. I have the Wheel of Fortune. So tells me unpredictable. Tells me you travel everywhere. So it's telling me it's hard to predict or hard for me to give you an answer. But they're telling me it's unpredictable. So it depends on where you're needed. Because I get like it's destiny. It's your destiny. These places that you go when you sleep, it's part of your destiny. I have the 8 of Cups, so you do depart. You do depart. So it tells me leaving behind something, walking away. So it tells me moving. You're departing when you do sleep. 2 of Cups. I feel you do journey, but I also feel something you agree to do. The divine. So I feel like you go there to you partner up, you help. So whatever the situation is, it's something that you do out of love. And the 3 of Pentacles. So this is part of, like I said, you're building something, you collaborating with other energies. So I feel like it's wherever you're needed is what I'm getting. So I feel like this is something that you're implementing something, you're putting something into place, or you're actively doing something. You're working with a group of energies. And the 3 of Cups again. So it tells me like the homecoming. So you travel a lot. So there's a lot of homecoming. So wherever this is, I feel like you've been there already. And I feel like this is something you go and travel. I feel a lot of us do this as well. But it tells me like community, happiness, joy. So I feel like wherever you go to travel, it's something you have to do. It's inevitable. And I feel like it's to help bring things into order. And I have the Queen of Wands. So overcoming obstacles tells me like this is something you want. This is something that you volunteered for. It tells me that you are you're a leader of some sort. So I feel like this is something that it's your focus. This is something you were focused on. And the 9 of Pentacles. So yes, the fruits of your labor coming to fruition tells me this is part of your skill development, part of developing yourself, and the rewards. Your rewards are beautiful. They're going to be very rewarding for you as you move forward. So it tells me the 7 of Cups holding in my reading. So it tells me maybe you have visions of this, maybe at times. I feel you've had visions of these places, even if it's for short times. I feel like there's some things that you make the choice. I feel when you go to sleep, you don't even know. I feel like you make the choice of where you go, wherever you're needed. So I feel like that's something that is unpredictable. But I feel you travel everywhere you've ever been, but you make the choice of where you travel to, where you're needed the most is what I'm getting. So hope that resonated with you, Carrie, and thank you for the super chat. The law firm that handled my father's estate case reached via mail. Title and deed issue still present. What should I expect from them now? You should tell them, as trustee of this trust action, you need to do a better job as the trustee of this, and I'm the beneficiary of this trust action. So do it nicely, but tell them that. Let them know, hey man, you're the trustee. Do how you do with that ask you to do in this situation. So, yeah, attorneys are not good. So that's why they have something called the bar. The bar, like the sandbar, is in the water, right? And the bar is the British accreditation. So it's the bar is their job is to protect the crown. True story. If you look at even in law, a lawyer's job is to basically support the court. That's the first thing that they have to do, support the court. So they don't care who wins or loses because they pull a bond on you anyway. By you just signing them, when you sign up for a lawyer, they pull a bond on you from your trust. So not only do you pay them in this fake fiat money, they pull millions of dollars from your trust fund that you didn't even know you had. So tell him that. He's your trustee. Start holding him accountable. Hey, man, you're the trustee of this. I'm the beneficiary. You're supposed to get this done. You're not acting in the best interest of the beneficiary. I'm not supposed to be handling any of this stuff. You're supposed to be handling it. Make it happen. So, but I'm going to pull. Case reached via mail. Title and deed issue still present. Damien's father's trust. What should we expect from that moving forward? Well, I got the 9 of Cups. So it tells me stability's coming, tells me your wish will come true. I have the Moon card. So there's some anxiety, there's some mystery there. Things are going to be brought to light, I feel, okay? The 10 of Pentacles, so fulfillment is coming. Financially, things are going to be okay for you. Tells me that there's going to be this is going to be successful. Your dad's lineage that he leaves behind is going to be successful for you. Your family contentment. King of Swords, so there's going to be truth. Okay, there's going to be some clarity moving forward with these guys. And I feel like this is something like you're going to overcome some of these obstacles, as I mentioned, with these moving forward. I have the Knight of Swords, so it tells me like things are going to pick up speed. I feel like action, there's going to be more action taken. If there have been delays, I feel like as they move forward, there's going to be more action taken. So I feel like there's some things maybe defending. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe they're defending your belief, or they want you to defend your belief. I feel in this situation, if need be. But the Page of Wands tells me there's going to be freedom. So this is going to be free. It's going to move forward. It tells me they're going to discover some things. So there's going to tell me you're going to discover. There's going to be some freedom moving forward for you. And it tells me you're going to be excited about the outcome of this situation. The 7 of Swords tells me that maybe there's some trickery, maybe there's some deceptiveness going on, some type of strategy they've been putting. But that strategy is you're going to have mental clarity and victory with the Ace of Swords. So it tells me that there's something coming, okay? It's moving forward. So I feel like the stalemates that you may have had, that they're going to start to pick up speed. As I mentioned with the Knight of Swords, taking action quicker, picking up speed, defending your beliefs, ambition. So there's going to be something to get it done. The 3 of Wands, holding up my reading, tells me expansion for you, money-wise. Also tells me that this is making progress, even though it may not seem, but you will make progress with it. And I feel like this is something that will come for sooner than later. So I feel like you're going to start to see a change, as I mentioned. And I feel like things are going to start to pick up speed from there. So hope that resonated with you, Damien. Thank you for the super chat. All right, so we need to stop the banners because I'll be here all night. So no more questions. I'm going to cut it off. All right. Hello, Jason. In all of the games I've played, I usually end up playing a healer or a healing class. Is Spirit showing me something through these games? Find out. I have the Judgment card. So I feel like it's telling you this is something that's meant to happen. It's meant to happen. That's what they're telling me. Inner calling of yours. Got the Nine of Wands. So it tells me like you've had tests of faith, obviously, and I feel like it's something that you're persistent. They're telling me you're pushing forward. Tells me it's part of what you're gearing up for something. They're telling me, and the Fool card. So a new journey, new beginning. Tells me that you're going to discover. You're going to have some opportunities for this. I feel moving forward. Trust in life. The Ace of Wands tells me very much so. Tells me in the future you may be doing something, a new project of yours. There's going to be opportunity. Also tells me Ace of Wands. Yes, that's a hard, strong yes for you. That there's something there to telling. They're communicating to you. I feel like it's like it almost like it's meant to be for you, and you getting this. You're starting to understand them. As they're telling me. You're starting to understand. King of Pentacles. Yes, very practical, something you're meant to do. Tells me prosperity, tells me like investing in your time and your energy, I feel will be very productive for you. And happiness tells me abundance. In the Emperor card, so yes, you're led to do this. Tells me that's what it's telling me. So taking your power back, using your power, tells me overcoming things, tells me very protective, healing energy. And it tells me this is something like control. It's going to be a focus of yours moving forward. And the Two of Wands. So yes, it's part of your progress. It's what tells me maybe there's some plans in your future that this is going to help. You're going to progress. Okay, it tells me there's going to be some healing. You're going to discover some things. I feel like you may be making a way. You're going to be going away from home. I feel in your future, and it tells me like make some plans. It's part of your progress. Six of Wands is holding in my reading, so it tells me making progress, the confidence that you're developing, tells me victory, tells me this is inevitable. Also tells me something is you're making it. You're going to make a trip. I feel in your future when it comes to this to healing. So I feel like this is in your future. It's why they keep giving you these signs. This I feel like it's inevitable for you. It's a calling of yours. So, well, they resonate with you, Chuck, and thank you for the super chat. Will sun come back into my life in the near future? Let's find out. I feel yes. I feel the reason why, because you guys defend your beliefs. I feel that this is something coming to me. Like I have to win. Like whatever this is, I feel like defending yourself. But I have the Page of Swords, so I feel like there's going to be some freedom. Excitement is coming back, and it tells me potential. I have the Seven of Swords, so it tells me maybe there's some type of someone feels betrayed. Someone feels like there's backstabbing, possibly, or some trickery. And I have the Devil card. The Devil card tells me there's something attached, some type of behavior, something that was destructive or disruptive. They're telling me toxic. There, I feel like almost like a toxic type of energy. But the Six of Cups tells me there are happy memories, okay, from the past, happy childhood memories, things like that, and joy. nostalgia. Ace of Pentacles tells me, I don't know if it's going to be in the near future, but I feel maybe within the next year that you might see some progress with this. Because I have the Ace of Pentacles, so you're manifesting this. This is something I feel you've been putting out into the universe. It tells me new opportunity, beautiful prosperity, a gift from God. Is what they're telling me with the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Cups after that. So fulfillment, you will have fulfillment, love, joy, happiness again. It will, and contentment. So things are going to move along. I feel it won't be. I feel maybe within the next 6 months, you'll start to maybe communicate a little bit more. And I feel like as within the next year, that I feel your relationship will definitely be clicked in. And I feel because pentacles are long, and I usually Spirit doesn't give me like a week from now, 2 days from now, stuff like that. You can try to pinpoint things, but I always ask within a year and just kind of see what they give me. So I feel you'll start to see some movement within the next 6 months, maybe some communication possibly. And then from there, I feel within the next year that your relationship will definitely be moving in a good direction, something even manifesting. So keep putting the energy out. There's some toxic energy, and there's something that's being held on to that needs to be released. So either from you or him or both. You guys are defending your beliefs. That's what I'm kind of getting. You guys need to let go of these things, and I feel like these will kind of move forward in that way, amicably as the universe, sees fit, based on the energy that you put out and the energy he's putting out. So I feel you will start to make some progress moving forward. Hope that resonated with you, Sharon. Thank you for the super chat. Mary Jean G. I caught like 5 UFOs today in my sun pictures. I'm telling you, I've caught UFOs in the sun and the moon. Crazy. Jason Williman. Let's see what we get. All right. I got the Fool card. So it tells me there's some type of new beginning. Okay. There's an adventure, they're telling me, just in general. So I feel like there's something coming. If you haven't planned, I feel like you're going to go on an adventure. There's a new opportunity coming for you. And to trust in yourself and trust in life. And I have the Ace of Wands. So it tells me next that there's some type of project maybe in your future. A new beginning tells me you're going to be inspired again. So I don't know if this trip or something or you're going to be doing, maybe will bring you some inspiration. I feel like there's maybe some new opportunity for you. It's part of your growth. I have the Seven of Swords. So they want you to deploy a strategy and how you're going to move forward, okay? And I feel like there's going to be victory. And I do have the Devil card next, though. And I feel like with the Devil card, maybe there's some, that could be fears, doubts, maybe some shadow work you need to do. So it tells me maybe there's something you kind of just need to let go of. Maybe something you've been holding on to. Like I said, it could be fears, it could be doubts, it could be money things. That's usually the biggest thing I get with the Devil card. Doesn't mean it's like there's deep dark spirits around you. It just tells me maybe financial things or something, the fear of lack of, is what I'm kind of getting possibly. But I have the Six of Wands. So tell me the Six of Wands that release these things, release it, and something is coming to you. Something is coming to you financially. And I feel like you're very good. It tells me maybe you're very generous. So it tells me that there's going to be something you're going to be doing in the future that's going to bring balance back to your life. But I have the Five of Pentacles. So possibly there could be I keep getting fears, doubts, financial, something with finances possibly. Maybe insecurities is what I'm kind of getting with the Five of Pentacles. But the Two of Wands comes out next. So it tells me like make plans. You're making progress, okay? I also see a trip possibly for you in the future. As I mentioned, that adventure, the Fool card, the adventure. So there's going to be some type of adventure that's going to bring you inspiration. Okay. So, but there's something you got to let go of. I don't know what this is, but you have to let go of. And I feel like once you do that, you're gonna expand. You're gonna make great progress. The Four of Swords. So it tells me you got to go inside. You're going to be some recuperation, some rest is needed, is what I'm kind of getting. So maybe this trip, if you haven't planned one, you will. I feel like will help you kind of rejuvenate and rest. Because yeah, so Two of Pentacles. There's something you're juggling. Could tell me maybe that this situation makes you feel a little out of balance at times, but you're going to adapt. Ten of Swords going to come to an end. Okay, so whatever the situation is, that you will make progress, you will release it, it will come to an end. And the World card. So I see a trip for you for sure. Fulfillment, destiny. It tells me success. So tells me you're going to be successful in the things that you're doing in your life. You just need to let go. There's some inevitable things that happen in your life, and I feel like there's going to be a trip for you. And I feel like this trip is going to be a huge turning point for you to kind of rest, recuperate, kind of get your mind in order. I feel like that will be a springboard for you, moving forward into something beautiful. So I hope that resonated with Jason, and thank you for the super chat. Generating on love, please. No sweat. Yeah, the first thing I get is a strength card. That's being open to love, loving yourself, and then also being open to love. Also tells me though you have great inner strength. Okay, once again, comes back to that. Page of Wands. So you're going to be inspired. There's going to be a new opportunity coming for you. It tells me like you're going to have some excitement. You're going to find some excitement in your life, and you're going to have freedom. The Fool card comes out, so a new journey. So you're going to have that. Just trust in life. They're telling me have faith. That's what they're telling me. So it tells me though that to be optimistic. Be optimistic. Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands tells me something new is coming. Victory. Okay. Tells me your willpower. This is something you're manifesting once again as a kid. This is part of your growth. You're in a growth period right now. They're telling me. The Seven of Swords. So it tells me that maybe you've been betrayed in the past. You've been tricked. That's what I feel like. This is part of your growth. Page of Pentacles tells me you are growing. You're learning about yourself. You're manifesting things. So something is coming tangible back into you or back towards you. And it tells me this is your desire. So you're manifesting it because this is your desire. The Two of Swords, though, tells me there's a deadlock because of decisions that you're constantly weighing. But the Three of Wands tells me you're making progress. Okay, it tells me opportunity is coming. Okay, it tells me it's part of your growth, as I mentioned. And I feel like this is something that you will make progress towards. Seven of Cups. So it tells me daydreaming, wishful thinking. Once again, that's you wanting to manifest this. And then the Wheel of Fortune. So there's going to be a change for you in the future, a good one, inevitable. Okay, it tells me that this is a karmic cycle will come to completion, but you need to kind of let go of some of these things. They're telling me you've been betrayed, so you've been holding on to that stuff. So they're telling me that's why you keep pulling that energy into you. That's why that there's a deadlock in your love life because this is part of your growth. Once you're growing to that point where you need to be, then the love will come back into your life. Hope that resonated with you, Moninas, and thank you for the super chat. Son passed 2010. I'm raising his son. Does he have a message for me? I got the Four of Cups. So you tell me you're feeling a little disconnected, or you've been reevaluating your life a lot. I feel the Page of Cups because I feel with the young one that's involved or his son. It also tells me like that's why I feel like you've been your whole life you had to reevaluate everything. I feel like and you're feeling a little disconnected is what I'm getting. So or there's a lot of thinking going on. I have the Page of Cups, and it tells me regarding him and also regarding your grandson. It tells me he wants you to know like that you're gonna. I don't know if you receive messages from him, but I feel like he brings intuitive messages to you and your son or his son. I have the Knight of Swords, so it tells me he wants you to. He's thanking you for the action you've taken with the Knight of Swords. So it tells me like you're going to help him succeed. That's what he's telling me. You're helping. You're going to help him to succeed. And the High Priestess card. So he's telling me, like, out of love, to trust. This is the plan. Even though it may not feel, trust yourself, he said, because he says you don't trust yourself enough. He also tells me, to have be a little more sensitive to yourself at times, like or give yourself a little bit of leeway. He's telling me because this is something like he says that you're divinely guided. This is something that was divine in nature. With the High Priestess card, he says you're going to bring a lot of good divine knowledge to your grandson, to my son. Five of Wands. So there's obstacles. There's some conflict. He's telling me that's going on. Seven of Swords. So I don't know if you feel maybe like things weren't as you thought they were, or you learned about some things. I feel like maybe like I don't know if you feel like betrayed or some way, or felt maybe like why did that happen? He said because it was meant to with the Page of Pentacles. It was part of what needed to happen. It was meant to happen. He says that you're also going to be financially okay. He says moving forward. He's also telling me that this was you're helping his son develop. He's telling me this is something that you're working for. He's telling me this is something that he's saying that to keep with it, stay with it, Mom. This is something that needs to happen. And the Two of Swords, so decisions you make. So he tells me the decision. This is something you have a lot of things you weigh outcomes, and there's things that maybe even you're avoiding. He's telling me you're avoiding them at times. The Hermit card. So he tells me you've done a lot of soul searching. There's a lot of things that you've been contemplating. So he's telling me like this is part of what needed to happen. He's telling me like he brings wisdom to you. He helps you, and he also tells me he brings wisdom to his son. The Magician card. So he says, thank you. Thank you. He says he wants you to be confident. Wants you to be confident. He says, like, this is something like you're manifesting. He says he's manifesting. He manifests either, like I said, intuitively to you, maybe something reminds you of him. Maybe when you see something, hear something, whatever it might be, I feel like that's his way of saying, I'm here. So I feel like this is what he wants you to say. There's clarity. You're going to have clarity to these questions and these concerns, he says, moving forward. Eight of Cups. So I know you're disappointed about my departure, he said. Five of Swords. So there's conflicts. You want to know why. You don't understand why. You tell me. Page of Swords. So he's saying like restless thoughts. He says you have a restless mind. But the Star card tells me after that, he says that to stay calm. This is what is meant to happen. Tells me he's telling me that there's going to be some type of, this is part of your spiritual growth, as well as it was time for him to go and grow spiritually as well. It's part of the journey. So he's telling me this is your purpose. This is part of your purpose, believe it or not. And the Ace of Swords holding in my reading tells me these conflicts that you've had, you're gonna get past them. You're gonna have this clarity. You're gonna lead to success. He said everything you're doing is leading to your success and his success, his son, your grandson. So he tells me you're going to have clarity, okay? So this is something that was meant to happen, believe it or not. He said this was part of the journey. And it's part of his journey to move on, and it was part of yours and your grandsons to be in each other's lives the way you are. So hope that resonated with you, Joan, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jason. Sorry I was late. Nice to see you back in on fire. What is coming up for me? Big things, Chrissy. Big things. I already know that. Let's find out. Well, news is coming to you with the Eight of Wands. So tells me things are going to start to pick up speed for you. If you've had anything you've been waiting for or news you've been waiting, it's coming. So also tells me that you're taking action. Okay, so the action you've taken are manifest. They're going to start manifesting quicker for you. But I have the Five of Cups, so there is some fears and some doubts are telling me. Maybe some pessimism, maybe things you learned, maybe things that you're learning have kind of maybe making you think that way at times. Disappointments is what I'm kind of getting. Fear of failure is what I'm getting. Eight of Pentacles tells me that you're working on things. Tells me you're developing skills. You're going to master these things. Also tells me like you're going to do something over and over again, like repetitively. So I don't know what this is. It's in your future, but something you're going to do. It's going to be something you do on a consistent basis. And it's going to be part of a community. So Four of Wands tells me celebration. Also tells me like some type of community you're going to be involved in. I feel like it's going to do something regularly you're going to work with. Enjoy. The Hangman comes out, so you're learning things. You're going to look at things from a different perspective. Okay, this is part of your awakening. They're telling me. So it tells me that you have a deep down desire. I feel of what you want to accomplish. You're telling me that's how you're going to manifest. So things have been kind of put on hold for you a little bit because you're learning a lot about yourself. You're expanding. This is part of what your growth is. And I have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're going to be this, whatever this is that you're working or been working or delays is going to work out in the long term for you. Sustainable results. The Seven of Pentacles tells me financial. You're a hard worker. So it tells me that you're going to have sustainable results with your hard work, and the seeds have been well planted. The Three of Cups, celebration, community, teamwork, collaboration. So there's something in your future, or as you move along, that you're going to do on a regular basis with a group of people. I feel that's going to be something creative that you're doing. Okay, something very creative. And I have the chariot holding up my reading, so it tells me things are going to start to manifest, and you're changing direction. I feel like, or moving things in a different direction. So I feel like this is inevitable. It's part of your growth. It's part of your evolution. And I feel like with the chariot card, things are going to start to pick up speed for you now. And I feel like you're going to start to get the traction that you've been looking for. So looks like it's good. You got some news coming to you. Some good stuff is coming your way, Chrissy. So keep up the good work. Hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. I was shown a vision of a man's head. It was a full picture in color, and the image stayed and then slowly faded. Was this my spirit guide or my Tartarian mentor? Tartarian mentor. Let's find out. Actually, I'm going to look at my ancestor cards and try to pull that one. Bill was a Tartarian mentor, and it was a healer because I got a shaman card first. So it tells me it was something like in higher forces, something that was a healer, a guide of some sort. Because I have the arrow card, so it tells me like the energy that was around you. Also tells me like it was there to protect you and guide you. Because I have the moon card, and it came to you. It brought you a message, and it was in your dreams, which is in with the moon card. And I have the winter card, so it tells me to take care of yourself. So it tells me that they're letting you know to take care of yourself, and that's why that they showed themselves to you to say, hey, you are growing. Continue to take care of yourself and nurture yourself. Because I have the stargazer next. So the stargazer tells me off world. Someone that comes and visits you tells me like this was something while you were stargazing in your sleep. I feel like this was something that they told me, and it was or some type of vision that you've had. I don't know if it was during a meditation or sleep. I feel like it was more of a in between, not like a wide awake type vision. And I feel like this is what they're telling me. It was spiritually, it's what they're leading you towards. Then I have the direction guardian. So it tells me like you're choosing your path. So they're telling me that they're with you. They're going to help you, but you have to decide the path that you're taking. So tell me that they're watching over you. And the earth guardian comes up. So it tells me grounding yourself, nurturing yourself. I keep getting nurture yourself. It tells me take care of yourself. That was the biggest message that they were telling me to tell you is to take care of yourself. And the heart guardian, trust yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself. They came to you out of love. This is something. And then the druid was holding up my reading. So it's telling me like maintain your energy, own the space, own your own energy. They're telling you work on yourself. Nurture yourself, trust yourself. And they're telling me that's why these messages that you're going to start to get more of them. They're telling me. And I feel it was a Tartarian mentor of yours. Specifically, they came there for a purpose of guidance with the shaman, as well as to protect you, to let you know you're protected and don't be afraid and to trust yourself is what I'm getting with this situation. So hopefully that resonated with you, Sonia, and thank you for Super Chat. How is June this year looking for me? Thank you for your time. Let's find out. June. I have the Eight of Pentacles, so it's I feel I don't know if there's something you've been working on, something you've been manifesting. I keep seeing skill development, working on things. I feel like there's something that you have very high standards are telling me. I feel like the judgment card comes out after that. So tells me this is inevitable. Whatever the situation that you've been working towards is inevitable. There's a reckoning happening, an awakening, some type of redemption I feel like is coming. Nine of Wands tells me something you've been gearing up for once again. Tells me you've had some tests of faith, but also to remain strong and courageous, and also tells me remain persistent. So whatever the situation is, to remain resilient, okay, and persistent. You're almost there. The Nine of Pentacles comes out. So it tells me the fruits of your labor are going to come. I see maybe some fulfillment, maybe some finances. Also tells me you got to work on your confidence. That comes back to just taking your power back. And I feel like this is they're telling me that your rewards are going to come. You're manifesting these things, and that's what they're telling me. The Knight of Wands also tells me your energy, the energy you're putting out. That's what's manifesting these things. It also tells me like to remain fearless. Also tells me like driven to succeed, fight for your beliefs, as you've been doing. It tells me that's what you're growing with. And the Three of Cups comes out. So celebration. So this is going to lead to celebration, happiness, and joy. And I feel like there's some happiness, collaboration. If there isn't one, there will be one in your future. I feel like there's something you're going to be, some type of celebration and happiness. and the Emperor card comes out. So overcoming things tells me like remain focused, remain disciplined, and be very practical in the things that you're doing. It tells me that you're going to have some stability moving forward. If this is something that you've kind of been waiting for, or it's been a little bit out of whack for you, I feel there's going to be some stability moving forward in this. And then the 10 of Cups. So I feel fulfillment, love, joy, happiness, the fruits of your labor, harmony. So I feel like there's some good things coming for you. Contentment, they're telling me. You're going to be content in June. The Queen of Pentacles, nurture yourself. Practically, be practical in the things that you do as you always do. Tells me that there's also financial, something tangible is coming for you, okay? Tells me you're very nurturing for others. Continue to nurture yourself and nurture others. And I have the Ace of Wands holding up my reading, so tells me inspired. You're going to have victory. Tells me possibly something new idea, new opportunity. Something is going to be very inspiring, I feel, for you in June. So that's kind of what I'm getting right now. It looks like you keep mastering. So you're mastering things. So it tells me you're working on something yourself, working on different things, maybe some skills. Keep getting that with the Eight of Pentacles. That's a work in progress. So it tells me that the work you're putting in is going to be successful for you in the long term. So hope they resonate with you, Barbarella. Thank you for the super chat. Interesting. That's a slow night tonight. All right. Of course, there's only 28 people on tonight too, so no worries. Now I can sit here for a minute and do something I usually don't get to do, and read some of the comments out loud, or to read them while you guys are in here. Huh. Interesting. I like to get the feedback. What are you doing? Dude, my computer's been acting weird tonight, man. My internet's been acting weird, my everything. So I feel like things are moving along. Things are moving along. Don't mind me. Oh, Monique, miss, you were all over there. You were a bunch of stuff on there earlier. See, I'm going back to the very beginning, so I like to read all the comments, but honestly, I just like to say, guys, the biggest message I think from Spirit tonight has been to trust yourself. And I don't think we do that enough. Okay. I really don't think we do that enough. I honestly feel like earlier, I jumped on. Like something jumped on me when everything froze for me, and then I was in a different position when I jumped. So something happened. So I'm not sure what that is, but honestly, guys, it's a it's I don't know. There's something going on. I feel like there's something going on but I know that the channel is being really energized. They're pulling the energy from it, but that's all good. I just keep putting love out. Keep putting love out. So yeah, right. Yeah, DHP always throws some good questions out. So, but yeah, the energy is crazy. It's crazy in a lot of places. Not just like even for like sleeping, whatever it is. I feel like there's so much stuff going out right now, and I feel like I'm not trying to. This is not a truth thing or a truther or who's right or who's wrong. That's not what this is about. It's the fact of we have literally been asleep this whole time. All of us, including myself, we were asleep, and we're just waking up now. And we allowed ourselves to be, even though some of us kind of always knew things weren't right, we were kind of lulled to sleep. This is the norm. We were put into a box. And I feel like that was the biggest thing. And I mentioned this, we may not see all the beautiful results. There's people who've been awake for years and years and years and years and waiting for this to happen, and it hasn't happened. But that's also, there's a bigger collective of us now. The bigger collective moves the energy along. So that's why I keep saying manifest like it's already done. Manifest like we've already seen the victory. We've already seen the tribunals. We've already seen these things. We have everyone's abundant. The playing field is level. And the select few that have been puppeting everything are done, because they are done. That's a true story. I've had way too many dreams to tell me that the good isn't won. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that comes back to, when I don't mind reading for you guys. I don't mind at all. I love it, to help people where I can, but it comes back to just being confident. I feel like a lot of you, if not all of you, already know these answers. Like I said, it's just validation. That comes back to confidence, just having confidence. And your confidence in taking your power back is the biggest thing you can ever do. Because when you take your power back and your confidence as well and love yourself, your light shines so bright, bright, brighter than it ever has, because you're loving yourself. We're not triggered by these things. That's what I'm saying. Certain things trigger. There's so things that trigger me. True story. But they don't trigger me as much as they used to, or as badly as they used to. So that's what just working on yourself. This is part of your evolution. Like I said, ask about ascended masters. We all are part of becoming an ascended master. If you're not already, some of you are going to progress into ascended master. That's just mastering yourself. That's all it is. Just saying you're mastering your level, wherever that is, you're mastering. Every time you do, you consistently grow. You are ascending. Every second, since God has created you, or whatever you want to even call it, because time doesn't exist like how we think it does, is your job has been to continue to grow and be better and be better. And some people take the wrong route and go the other way, and some people take that route and continue to ascend into the light. So I feel like that was the biggest thing that people wanted, or that Spirit wanted me to say to you guys, is like, this is part of your ascension. This is, everyone's worried about, do I go to 3D, 4D, 5D? That's just all, it is what it is. I'm not saying it's made up, but what I'm saying is that consciousness is at multiple levels at all times. So that's something we have to put a number on it to make sense of it, is what I'm getting at. So I feel like that's, some people are already might be past 5D. Some people may be, in 2D. I don't know. I don't even know. It's whatever they call it. That's, once again, putting people into a box. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, people need to know is there's no box for you. There's none, because you're infinite. You can't box something in that's infinite. That's what the dark has tried to do. They try to box us in. They put us in these tiny little things, and we're so huge, and we're smashed in. And not only are we smashed in with ourselves, we're smashed in with many other people in with us. So it makes it even harder to breathe and harder to do anything. And, it shows you how much that the dark has to work overtime. They have to work overtime, believe me, in order for us to not just totally squash them like a bug quickly. Because think about this in general. If you're just a normie, even if you're not a normie, you know how much energy goes into the dark and how many resources they need to continue to keep a lie going? Think about that. Think of how many resources they have to use to keep a lie going. Think about every time you maybe told a fib or a lie, and how now your story has to continue to expand on that lie and expand on that lie and expand on that lie. And it gets very, very tiring for your energy, because that's what I know for a fact, that these people who put this stuff in, the fact that you have to cover anything up in the first place tells me you have no power. You have none, because people with power don't go around flaunting it. People with power, or people, that's not a good word to use, because you don't want to be a person. Men and women who are created from God don't go around and say, I'm better than you. I'm more powerful than you. Because who does that are egos and dark and lower frequencies and energies that are chirping in your ear. Like, you should be better than this. You're better than this. You're better than them. I'm better than you. I'm beautiful. You're not. I'm overweight. You're not. Those are things that's just all ego and all the programming that's been in our minds from the moment we were put in this earth and took our first breath. It's like a crash course. It's a crash course. So ever since you were little, you've been put into a box. We were taught what to think. We were taught how to think. We were taught how to talk. We were told everything. We were taught everything, like spoon-fed. Here you go. This is what you should be. This is what you should do. And that's because that's how it's been done over and over. But we've lost those traditions. We've lost those things because of the manipulation. And the dark has put some of these things right in our face. They don't even hide the stuff anymore. They don't even care. So that tells me with the stuff that we're seeing now, the stuff that's coming out, that the stuff that they didn't want brought out tells me the light has won already. And this is a done deal. So that's what I want people to know. The fact that in all my years of existence, even if you don't think about it from, it's just a spiritual war, as I mentioned. Even if you just think about it from a normal perspective. If you were somebody sitting there watching news, let's say you're Fox News, let's say you're not a truther or whatever you want to call them, but you're watching Fox News, like a lot of people do, millions of people do, right? Think about the stuff that you may see. People watching Tucker Carlson, Jesse Waters, even Sean Hannity. Not saying, but I mean, like, there's a lot of people watch Tucker Carlson who may not be a truther or whatever you want to call them. They may just be people who are normal watching Tucker because they like to watch a show. Think about the stuff that they're putting out. I even said to my wife years ago, this would have never come out. None of this stuff would even come close. Think about their handlers. You think all the stuff that Tucker's been saying hasn't been pre-approved through the handlers of the station? Please. He might write some of his own material, but I guarantee you that there's somebody who reads every word of it and tells them, don't put this out, put this out. So whoever that may be, they're all controlled, all of them. So I should tell you right there that they're being controlled, just like all the other ones that are doing the dissent, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, Fox, all the rest, CBS. They're all just, their job is to create drama, just like RSBN. It's just like, what was the other one other station, I don't even listen or read. But I mean, that's the reason why that's to segregate. Even if you think it's for the good, it's to segregate you. Because CNN talks about Fox News. Fox News talks about CNN. And what does that do? Divide. In reality, they're all telling bullshit. Believe me, I caught it the other day. Even some of the stuff that Tucker was saying, there's a lot of it that's very good and to the point, but there's a lot of you got to listen to the words that they speak. The words that they speak, they're good at twisting words to make them seem like something else. So that's like the legalese that's the legal terminology of words. If you look at what you think a word means in reality, we've been taught, that ain't it. Black's Law Dictionary, you look up that's a lot of what we use. It's totally opposite of what you think the words mean. We've been taught because the Rockefellers took over the education system. So this is just a little education for you in truth. Besides that, it's these things have been manipulated, man. And think about that. Why would you want to manipulate the things people learn? Because you're weak. You're afraid they're going to come after you, come at and take over. You have no power. So what they do is they take that power and they suck at it. Like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Because they're afraid. Only people who do these things are afraid. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. And that's what the dark is. They do a lot of this because they're just constantly talking. When they want to talk, it's because they're lying. You know how someone's lying if they're on TV? They're moving their mouth. So I'm not saying everything is a total lie, but it comes out of most of the stuff you're coming across the news with and the stuff you hear, but it's pretty close. About 99% of it probably is propaganda crap. So, I mean, just in general, I just want to let people know this stuff is all distraction stuff, man. What it does is pulls you away from working on you. That's the biggest thing, because your power, your self-empowerment is the biggest gift that God has given you. Your free will, your self-empowerment, depends on what you do with that energy. That comes back to the free choice. It's all tied together. The decisions you make is what alters your energetic path, either towards ascension or descension even. Because people go the wrong way, as I mentioned. They get caught up in greed. They get caught up in all these things about having more. I need more. I need more. I need more. I want this. I want this. I want that. I need this. I want that. I need instant gratification. I need this. It needs to happen now. Instant, 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 instant. And as I mentioned with all these readings too, Spirit doesn't have time. It doesn't look at it that way like we look at it. Like, man, it's been 20 years I've known this and nothing has happened. Well, to the spirit, that could be 20 seconds. We don't, you know what I mean? We have no way to even fathom that. It's whatever somebody has told us with time, how it exists and how we should calculate it, which of course is a lie because it ages you. It ages you. Every birthday. Why do you think you call it a birthday or a birth date? So you keep celebrating birthdays. Birthdays. What does that do? It makes you older. Makes you feel older. Makes your energy go down. Makes you feel, oh my God, I'm 50 now. I'm 40. Oh my God, I'm 30. Whatever it is, the number in your head, and oh my God, I'm getting older. It's because it ages you purposely. Purposely. They want you in servitude. That's why Social Security and all these that's a trust fund, by the way. That's what funds the Social Security and the government. Your Sesta QV trust, for people who may not know, Mr. Damien, that's a trust action that's going on with your attorneys. That we all have trusts. We're multimillionaires, if not multi-billionaires for some of us. That's a true story. Because they take your money or your birth certificate and they trade you. They trade you on the stock market. They trade you like a commodity, just like cattle, just like grain, just like whatever. They trade you like that. They hypothecate what your worth is or what you'll be worth in the future based on a lot of things. Education, are you a two-parent home? What's your income? What education do you have? Do you have any special training? That's how they hypothecate what you're worth. And then they bundle you up with like 100 other people and their trusts and their bonds. And then they trade them as securities. Everything is securities. Everything is contracts. Everything. Everything. Did you know you were lost at sea and you were presumed dead? The moment your mom was an informant on your birth certificate and signed you off to the state, you became a ward of the state. You didn't know that, and your parents didn't know that because full disclosure wasn't given. So when you sign that birth certificate, you can look at your birth date and the birth certificate. You look at it, there's two different dates on that birth certificate. There's one where your actual date of birth or the time you came into this world, and then there's another date on your birth certificate when you were put into the system, the commerce system, basically. And they're usually within 2 weeks to maybe a month and a half after your birthday. So when that happens and your parents sign, or your mother as an informant, that's literally what it is, signed you over to the ward of the state, giving all her parental rights. That's why CPS can come in and take children. This is all the scam. They put a child in the system, and it's like $1 million for every child that they put in. It's an automatic $1 million bond that they pull out of their trust, $1 million. And then it's every month that they're in the system, they pull, I don't know, I forget what it's, ungodly. And all said and done, it's like $3 or $4 million they pull on every child. And then what they do is these CPS places and all that, they blast out. They have all these NGOs, like non-government organizations that they tie. That's where they launder all their money through. Where do you think all this trafficking comes from? There's a law firm on the West Coast that literally has created over 300 companies to traffic children. These are lawyers that are doing this, knowing what they're doing. And the judges and all these people are going along with this because it's a moneymaker for them. Children are being innocently hurt and killed and eaten and blood drunk and all that from these sick maniacs are out there. I'm just tired of this stuff. I want people to know. I don't care if my channel gets shut down. I really don't care at this point. They've been messing with my channel for a long time. This is what we need to do. Our job as light workers is to speak up, man. Speak up. These demons cannot continue to run this show. They're done. Your time is done. It's been done. You're grasping for air, and guess what? We're going to step on your neck when you're gasping for it. And I'm saying this from the light. Your reign is done. You will never run this earth or any other plane again. You're done. And that's what I want to tell people. This whole thing has been, dude, our whole life has been fraud. The whole thing. The whole thing. Everything is money. Everything is to do with money and keeping the banking system alive. The fiat currency system, the system, we're in a debt system for a reason. If people think that, they think, oh, we abolished slavery of the 13th Amendment. No, that did free black people on paper, if you want to look at it, from owning slaves. But the 14th Amendment came right after that. And guess what that did? It made us all slaves. All of us. You're a citizen of the United States, not United States of America. Our government is the United States, all capital letters. That's a corporation inside of the District of Columbia that everything is run. So when you don't live in DC, you're still part of commerce and international trade. So they consider you lost at sea the moment you're dead. They consider you dead. They also consider you, if you look up the definition, person, a monster, they call us monsters. They call us basically incompetent, even if we're over 18 years old. That's why when you go to a lawyer, they say you're incompetent to represent yourself. And did you know that the judge and the two lawyers that are involved have an agreement? No matter if you win or lose, the moment you walk into court with an attorney, or even if you don't go to court and the attorney goes, you've already lost, because the attorney's going to pull money from your bond no matter what. So his job isn't to win for you. His job is to, in the best interest of the court. So when they come back and say, well, I'm sorry, we tried my best, I couldn't do anything else, we can always do this or that. No, it's because they're getting paid either way. And they're getting paid a lot of money. The judge and the two attorneys that are involved, the prosecutor and the defender, they all have an agreement. Every time they're selling bonds out of the courtrooms. The court recorder who's doing all the typing, that is the gatekeeper of all the trusts that go in and out of there for the bonds. They make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of people's trusts. You know, they can arrest you and keep you arrested if you don't sign a paper. It takes 3 signatures to put you in jail, by the way. It takes yours or an attorney and the judge. 3 signatures to put you in jail and keep you there. They may detain you, which is kidnapping, but you can get out of that. You keep your mouth shut. Don't say a word to anybody, because that's what they say, that pleading the fifth, you have that option. So that's the reason why we have no rights. You're a citizen. Look up the definition of citizen in Black's Law Dictionary. You have no rights because you are a citizen of the United States. You don't elect these presidents. This has all been fraudulent ever since 1933. That government's been dissolved. So everything that's happened past that has been fraud. Every bit of it. Every person has been elected. They're selected, by the way. And the bankers run the whole thing. The bankers do. And the attorneys, the bar association. So the bankers, it depends on whoever they want to back. If they want to, I'm going to give you hundreds of millions of dollars. And what that does is we'll give you millions. We'll we'll approve. You'll put me in a position, or you approve my evil doings that I'm doing. And then you kick back to me, and then we'll all funnel it off into whatever, and we'll keep this party started. And if you don't agree with me, I'm going to crush you, as this is what the bankers tell them. I will crush you. We'll crush you. And we're going to give hundreds of millions of dollars to your opponent. Do you want to make money with this, or do you want to be against us? Even people with good intentions, the moment they go into Congress, they are approached right away, day one, guaranteed. Either you roll with the punches or you get run over. That's what they tell them. So if you think you have an option, I'm not saying this to be negative. I want people to know the truth. The truth is that's what's going to set people free, is the truth. Not this bullshit they throw on TV here and there and what you might see on Twitter files. No, this shit has to be blasted out everywhere. Everywhere. There's so much truth, man. So much that needs to come out. So much. And if anyone thinks that spotty-headed person that's in the White Building in D.C., that's mumbling and drooling on himself and eating his pudding and his crackers, if you think if you look at that, I mean, even tonight, they showed at least 4 or 5 versions of that person on Jesse Waters, just flashing back and forth. Same thing with his son. Same thing with that flappy neck Kamala. I'm telling you, they show you right in front of you, man. You just got to watch. You got to see things from a different perspective. So that's what I want people to know, man. I know this is, see, I've gained more people talking shit than reading. How's that? Go figure, huh? You're right, Chrissy. It's a blackmail thing. The bankers run everything. And if they think, I'm telling you, I know you people are listening. Listen, this message is for you. If you think JP Morgan and Wells Fargo and Bank of America aren't crashing this time, I'm sorry to tell you. The fact that they're trying to direct you to go to the big banks by eating these smaller ones up, perfect. Because guess what? When you consolidate, it's easier to crash a bank. Is it not? Now they have to crash a bunch. But if you all go to the same banks like they want you to do, like good citizens, do your thing. Just telling you. It's all directed for a reason. You have to crash it. The soul system has to be burnt to the ground. The whole thing. I've been saying that for years. So everything's a banking transaction. You didn't even know that God created, he created the trust for everybody. God. He said, I'm going to give you all the resources available to you for the earth. As good stewards, I'm going to give you dominion over the land, the water, the fish, the animals. I'm going to give you dominion to be good stewards of this planet. I'm giving it to you. Please take care of it. It's abundant in resources. You'll never want for nothing. So what do? The devil steps in and says, you need something called money. In order to get things done, you need money. We need something called money. He says, make something up. Shit made up. Monopoly. Look at the color of money around the world. It looks like Monopoly money. It's the same thing. This is just a big game of Monopoly. Literally. We're in a game of Monopoly. This is a simulation, man. This is no joke. No joke. It's very it's dark, but I also feel it's also very it's brilliant. If you think about it, I mean, they put people to sleep with not even shooting just everything. We've defeated ourselves. That's the problem. We've been slaves. We didn't even know it. That's the thing. We didn't even know we were slaves without chains. Slaves without chains. So a little strip of DC that runs the entire world, by the way. DC, London, they all ran the world. The Vatican, they all came to the Vatican. They all worked through the Vatican. Because their purpose is to hurt children. Seriously, that's all that these sick, twisted, evil fucks want. They want to hurt children and drink their blood and eat them. Literally, that's what they live for. They live to see suffering and hurt. They live for that. It's like they enjoy it. It's like it's the demons and the devil like really love it. And all these individuals, these sick, twisted fucks, and that's what I'm calling you. We're coming for you. Not a threat. Your time is done. We will come for you. We will come for you. We will find you. We will pull you out of every crack, every nook, every little thing that you can think you can hide in. You're done. You're done. I've been fighting you bastards for generation after generation. I know it because you know who I am. And I always will fight for the light. Just like all these beautiful people in this chat and all the people around the world. We're rising. We're rising. We're coming. Your time is done. Your time is done. And I feel God gave me this big booming voice and the leadership ability that I've always had, that people just come to. I feel like there's a reason for that moving forward. A lot of us are going to be stepping forward. They're twisted, man. We've had the illusion of choice. Prince even said that. Prince. Very enlightened, Prince was. He even said that on an interview, you only have the illusion of choice. Republicans, Democrats, what does that do? Divide. It's MK Ultra. Okay, so so when you look at MK Ultra, there's multiple ways, but the biggest thing MK Ultra does is to mess with your subconscious. So there's a lot of peaks and valleys. Okay, so MK Ultra, if you understand how it works, is they'll create a problem. Oh, you remember that problem? It was so bad. They'll discuss it in detail. And okay, yeah. And then they say, oh, you remember? Okay, what happened? We have a savior. Then what we do is we switch. It's quickly. You'll see even in news programs every night. MK Ultra. They'll bring you down with some shitty story, and then they'll maybe bring you higher for a little bit better vibe story. Then they'll bring you down, they'll bring you up. They'll bring you down, they'll bring you up, because your subconscious is trying to make sense of the last thing that just happened, and then the new thing comes in. So that's why because your subconscious doesn't balance. So what they're doing is they're sending subliminal messages to you while your subconscious is trying to regulate itself. That's what MK Ultra does. That's the pattern development. Highs and lows, guaranteed. That's what's been working through to our detriment. But the awakened now, people are waking up. There's a reason why we're waking up. It's to defeat this. To defeat it. And I know for a fact, if my mission at this point is to lace them back up and go out and go hunting for these demons and save these children in this reality, like even if I'm beat up like I am, dude, I'll do it without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'll lace them up until my last breath or until the last child is saved. I feel like that's what our mission is. Spread the truth, man. Spread the truth. Things aren't as they appear. You are presumed dead at birth. You're presumed lost at sea. That's why they create a fictional entity to do business with your trust. Fictional entity is your same name, but it's all capital letters. It becomes a trust because a trust or a fictional business can't do business with a living man or woman. A fictional business or corporate business can only do business with another corporate entity or a corporate business. So they make you a corporate business. You're not a living man or woman with rights from God. You're not. You're a business that's owned by somebody. So your work and your productivity and all the things that you do is energy that they pull from you. Just like somebody just grabbing you're getting all the hurt and heart and sorrow, and they're getting all the benefits from all the things that you do. That's how the system is designed. It's all designed that way. You're presumed dead until you can reclaim your status on the land, because that's where God put you, is on the land, not out at sea. I'm telling you, there's something too. That's why the gold fringe around the flag, the maritime. Do you know that maritime flag with the gold fringe means that our flag has been captured by a pirate? That's why only the courtrooms and our government fly the gold fringe flag. They don't sell the gold fringe flag. You see people flying outside their house, do you? No. Why do you think that Congress never votes for anything in our benefit? Because their job is they're a corporate person working for the corporation. Their job is to protect the corporation. Policies, codes, enforcements. What's lawful isn't legal. What's legal isn't lawful. There's a difference. That's why they create these things. Like police. It says they're policy enforcements officers. Their job is to create revenue for the bar. Policy is written on the side of the car. Policy. I'm telling you, words, what you think words mean, don't mean. Letters that, okay, it makes sense. Things are spelled differently. Dog Latin. There's so much twisted stuff when it comes to just the words we speak. That's how powerful the words are. The words. Because the actions, everything is tied to it. So I feel like this was a good way for me to end. It was a little different, since we had a shorter show tonight, which is cool. I don't mind. But it's the fact that I want to start putting some of this stuff out to people. Because I know we have a bunch of truthers out there telling you about, well, this Q drop said this, and this said this, and this happened over here. I think this is what's going on. No, whatever. That ain't going to mean shit if you don't understand the history, the real history, and really what's going on. Part of my time when I was away, I found out some of these things that were like, wow. Like my energy was so off because of that. Like to find out that, wow, this whole system is twisted. This system is meant to enslave you eternally, and your children eternally, and their children eternally. Do you understand the words of that? It's literally in their manifestos. Literally. Debt enslavement system. The money is only worth what our energy that we put into it and say it's worth. So then printing. Okay, you got a whole bunch of paper. Or you got some numbers on a screen. Guess what? One little computer hack, which is coming, by the way. One little hack, and guess what? All those accounts are going to be gone. Just like that. You'll see. I never pull cards in it, but I feel that's what's going to come. One little hack. One little, just like this. Tick, 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 tick. And that's, all your balances, because you think that these banks have a vault full of hundreds of millions and trillions of dollars in bills? No, they don't. They don't. Even JP Demonic Morgan. So, yeah, man. It's that twisted. Same thing with, I'm telling you, the bar. The court. Do you know that the definition of a court, it says C bank in Black's law? A court. C bank. Literally, every government organization literally is a bank. A bank. So that's why I want people to understand that there is so much that we've been taught is literally everything. It's a lie. It's a lie. I mean, there might be a little bit of truth in there once in a while, because there are truth and lies, and there are lies and truth. So when it comes to a lot of these things, so it's the fact of your discernment. You have to learn things, man. You are an entity. Why do you think you can never win in court, pretty much? Or the people that, why do you think that the Supreme Court, for instance, for all you people, the Brunson case, maybe the third time's a charm. You think that's the case? If you think the judges are going to bail anybody out, I'm sorry to tell you, it ain't going to happen. If there is anything, it's a case coming out because the military intervened and then made somebody judge the way that they did. Because I said, they're having courts says C bank. The judge swears an oath to the bar, the British, the crown. So if you think we were, for instance, did you know that the Civil War wasn't about slavery? The Civil War was literally because of the banking system. The banking system. That's it. It had nothing to do with slavery. Nothing. It was about banking. 100%. Lincoln put us on the greenbacks, and they didn't want. I'm telling you, it's a lot. They just spin it on slavery, spin it on something to get you to believe in it, so that their evil is overlooked. Because normally people don't want to fight each other. People don't want to just go kill each other. It's not humans. They're not made that way. In general, the people who love to do this never set foot on these battlefields, never put their kids in danger, they just sit back there and just, let me collect this money like a fucking demon. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to swear, but that's what I feel. That's what I feel. I know that. They sit there and smile and love it. In reality, there's innocent young men and women I know, who've died for this, for all these stupid banking. That's all it is. Everything is banking control. All the people you think are bad, Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, all these people wanted to get away from the central banking. So what do we label them? Terrorist. Go kill them. That's exactly the reason why. It's nothing else but that. Because of the bank. The bankers control the shit. And then the policy enforcers and the judges who are part of the bar or under the bar, their job is to enforce policy. Corporation is owned by the crown. Do you see any conflict of interest here? How can you be considered a free nation? We were never free. Our Declaration of Independence, all that stuff that was signed, we've been under the crown the whole time. They just reorganized the land into sections. That's all it was. The crown, we never broke free from the crown. Ever. We had the illusion that we broke free from it. George Washington is a Freemason. I don't know if Freemasons are bad or good. I don't know that. Just because somebody says that the Freemasons are all demonic, do we know that for sure? No. I don't know. I don't know this stuff. I'll know if I get in front of somebody. I'll know their energy right away if you're good or bad. I don't care what title you want to put on it. Just like I feel that if you would know this. That's what your actions speak louder than anything. But somebody puts a title on somebody that predetermines our way to think. Oh, you should hate the Illuminati. I don't know if the Illuminati are bad. I don't know. Things I've read and seen don't look like they're too good. Freemasons, I don't know. I have no idea. There could be good and bad in both. I don't know. That's what I'm saying is we make these predetermined thoughts and then we just automatically see something, read something, we automatically react the way that they want us to react. That comes back to programming. We've never been free. I just want people to know that. You are a slave. I'm a slave. All of you are slaves. Our parents are slaves. Our grandparents are slaves. The moment the Federal Reserve, the banking system, nothing to do with all the wars. Only reason why they start wars is because it's time to launder more money. Because their supplies of money starts to wear down. That's the only time it's time, and it's a distraction. Wars are made to distract. And what do? They pull on your heartstrings. Oh, we were attacked at Pearl Harbor. Guess what? That was set up too. They knew about this. Our government knew about this way in advance before this happened. Guess what? Nobody got alerted because they didn't wanted it to happen. They wanted us to get into the war. This is Winston Churchill. Our government, believe me, those twisted fucks that you think are good and everyone says they're great leaders, they are not. I'm telling you, they're garbage. They're garbage. So all of them been on their own agendas, working for the bankers, trying to push the agenda along. Same thing. I mean, literally, Afghanistan, Iraq. Weapons of mass destruction. Didn't find a single thing. What you have to do, you have to create a second war because they lost $2.3 million or $2.3 trillion or something like that out of the defense fund. Rumsfeld came on TV. I don't know where it went. We just don't know. Okay, well, it's not $230,000. I'm about $2.3 trillion here, man. Where did it go? Now, what did they do? Oh, let's blow up the towers. Let's blow up the Pentagon. And none of those planes hit anybody. That's CGI stuff, man. That's how good CGI is. It's that good now. So what do? They say, oh, we've been attacked on our soil. Every time, if you notice, we've gone into war, we've been attacked in some way. We've been attacked. The Ukraine thing, they're pushing for that. They've been pushing to send us into war with Russia. Russia's cleaning house, man. They're doing a good thing. That's why they came and got in their war, because the white hats and whoever's in charge make sure it doesn't happen. Like a real war. They might have the talks of it, but it's not going to happen. And if it did, anyway, who cares at this point? Hey, man, blow up the whole world. We'll all die together. I know where I'm going. That's what I always tell people. That's the point I'm at right now, man. I'm at that point where I'm like, dude, I'm ready for whatever's going on. Yeah, right. Exactly. Next day, 9/11. Think about that. And that pulled on people's heartstrings. Oh, my God, we've been attacked on our soil. What do we got to do? Let's send them in. Let's send troops in. Okay, let's go launder some more money now, and let's go take over another nation, take over their drugs. And that's what they go to war for, too, by the way. We go there to take over drug fields, drug trafficking, human trafficking, gun trafficking. Who do you think the biggest culprit is? It's the U.S. government, man. We're the bullies. We're supposed to be the beacon on the hill, but we're not. We are the beacon on the hill to stay away from. That's why all these countries literally hate us. Because we're going into people's backyards and destroying their whole country for personal gain for certain people that are funding both sides of the war. They win either way. And they want us to kill ourselves. They want us to kill ourselves. So they don't have to kill us, even though they are killing us. Or they were. Literally, it's in their manifesto. Poison them in the water and the food, in the air they breathe, the stuff they put on their skin, the clothes they wear. There's poisons in everything. Everything. And if that's not enough for you to kill yourself fast enough, guess what? We'll send you to war. We'll kill off the good, strong ones so we can stay with the weaker ones. It's all a plan, I'm telling you. To depopulate, to make young men into weak men who don't want to do anything, make women not believe that they're women, that they should be more manly and take charge and dude, be feminine if you're a woman. You don't need to be a man. That's what men are here for. I'm a little old school when it comes to that. I like you having your power and everything. That's all good. But what I mean is, we don't need to have an arm wrestling contest between you and me. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? That's what I'm kind of getting at, is the fact of that's why roles are made the way that God made you in this lifetime a female. You might have been a male in a previous lifetime. Who knows? But your job is to master that skill while you're here, not to be the opposite. And most of the stuff nowadays is pre-programmed because of the sick fucks that are putting it out. Literally, the fact that the fake president and the banking people are coming out, oh, your money is safe. Everything is safe. Everything is good. We're all good. Run away from that shit, man. Believe me. So it's run away from it. That's just me and my soapbox a little bit, man. Evil is good at the point where they put it out in front of you. Literally, they put it out. And you voluntarily, oh, this is cool. Yeah. Because we just accept it. That's us. Everything is contracts. Did you know silence is acquiescence? Contract law. By you not saying anything from a response to see you get something in writing, whatever it may be, your acquiescence is, they consider that a contract, valid contract. I'm telling you, everything is a contract. Trust, because everything came from God as a trust. We are the beneficiaries of God's. He's the grantor. We're the beneficiaries. And other people around here, there have to be trustees of the land. They have to manage this stuff. But we haven't done that. We haven't done that. The select few took that ability on themselves and said, we're better than you. And took it upon themselves to say that and really flip everything upside down purposely as an abomination. So it just comes back to, there's so much education. A lot of people are busy. They work all the time, running kids around. That's why a lot of people don't have the time to read. And you think the stuff that's put out online a lot of times is accurate. You don't know what to trust because it's probably most of it's bullshit or meant to detract you from your truth and really finding the truth. Distract and move along. That's all it is. It's to distract, keep you off your path. That's all the situation is. Because once you figure out your own power and taking your own confidence back and your own will and your own, just being strong, that's the one thing they don't want, is for you to be strong. They don't want a disruptive slave. Why do you think they call it a warrant, a war rant? Because we're at war with the corporation. That's why they call it a warrant, a war rant. Because that's a way for them to collect revenue. Because you are a noisy slave. You went against the rules and the regulations. The last thing you want is their slaves running amok. You think I'm playing? This is true. We are all slaves. And until we take charge and get these scumbags out of these positions permanently, take it over, this whole thing has to crash. Has to. We could not allow our grandchildren's grandchildren to be enslaved forever and ever because we do nothing. Well, thank you for the little bits and everything. So all the freedoms that we've had that were given to us by God has been returned to us as privileges given to us from the government. So the government says they're higher than God, by the way. When you sign a marriage contract, that's where you get a marriage license. Do you know that the contract at the top of the contract, it's like a pyramid. There's the husband to the government on top, and then from the government to the woman this way. But the bottom base is just a dotted line, not a solid line like the pyramid. That's where God is. Literally, because usually it's between God, a man, and a woman is marriage. But for the government, where they make you have a license, they can make money on it. They pull a bond on your license. A bond worth millions of dollars. Every time you renew a driver's license, every time you renew your registration on your car, that's a bond they pull from you. Millions of dollars. It's already prepaid. You just don't know it. You keep paying it again. Your signature, it's called an autograph, not a signature. Every time you use your autograph, your wet ink signature is gold. Gold. That's how powerful that is. It's even illegal for them to ask you for a social security number. That's in the law. But guess what? What do? What's the first thing they do? What's your social security number? Why? because that's your bond. You have a nice little number on the back of your Social Security card. It starts with a letter, and then there's a number right after the letter. That tells you what Federal Reserve Bank owns your bond for that card. And a lot of you have multiple bonds. Lost Social Security cards, multiple birth certificates. If you had marriage licenses, your driver's licenses, every car you've bought, every house you've bought, they pull at least 3 bonds on your house. So whatever your house is worth, they pull at least 3 times that amount of money on bonds. And they pull an insurance policy on your cars, on your homes. So for non-repayment, so they can collect an insurance policy on top of it's already been paid for. The moment your autograph hits that wet signature, it's paid for because they pull it from your Social Security trust. That's where 99% of maybe 98%, give or take, of the government is entirely funded through our SESTA-QV trust. All the taxes entirely they pull from us, maybe 1% to 2% of the whole government budget comes from taxes. Think about that. Think about that. And we're able to discharge debt. That's another thing that we're able to do because we're secured creditors. We just don't know. That's why they call it a credit report. We're the creditors. We just don't know it. By law, a bank cannot lend its own money or other investors' money. So whose money are they lending then? When you get money, when you go to sign up for a loan, whose money are they lending if they can't lend their own or their investors' money? They lend yours. Even if they reject you, do you know that them pulling your Social Security number, even on an application, they pull a bond from it, even if they reject you? It's twisted. I'm telling you, this whole system is twisted. Every time they send you those presentments every month, you pay this. You send it off with your debt notes. What you're doing, that's why the federal debt keeps increasing exponentially, because we keep taking debt notes, which are Federal Reserve. They're not real money. Real money is gold and silver, and it only can be printed and minted from our treasury per law, gold and silver coin. So these Federal Reserve notes that are brought in, they're worthless pieces of paper. That's debt note. It's literally a debt note. So what that does is tell you, I'm going to push this debt off to a later date. So I'm going to use these dollars, and you keep pushing them, and it's just pushing the debt back. Instead of discharging the debt, which you can do, there's processes to it. It's been pretty ugly now because they've been really fighting back for discharging these things. But us accepting these presentments from these companies every month, we could accept them for value, and that would take the debt down. Every time you create new money, your signature creates new money in the economy. Did you know that? Every time you have something you sign for, you purchase, you present money to the economy based on your signature. So that's when you create new money, the debt goes down. So what we're doing is taking all this debt notes that we have, and that's why the debts keep going higher, because we keep paying a debt with another debt with another debt. We're not using real money. That's why the debt looks so ridiculous, because it's all made up. It's made up bullshit. That debt all belongs to one organization. That's the United States. Not United States of America, United States, corporate, inside of DC. That's not our corporate debt. That's their debt. They're responsible for that, not us. But we keep giving our money to them. Oh, yeah, no problem. Here you go. Oh, taxes? Oh, yeah. You're a private organization that has no charter here? Okay, no problem. Yeah, we'll just keep giving you money voluntarily. No problem. Yeah, no sweat. Private organization, for profit. Look up the Dun & Bradstreet numbers on every organization, every city, every town. Everything is for profit. If it has a D&B number, it's for profit to make money. And our government is, every agency in it, guaranteed, is for profit. So that's why you don't see any of these things happening. The stuff that's going on you see on TV, that's all illusion stuff. That's why the new people that are coming into the government, when the republic is reestablished, it's going to be for the people, by the people, of the people. That's the difference. We're not going to have some bureaucrat crap banker. It's like, oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll get in there. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to destroy all the things that this side said. The other side's like, I'm going to fight back everything that side did. We're going to bring that balance and that rah back. And guess what? It's all Roman times. It's all fugazi. It's all entertainment. And all the while, not a single thing is happening. Looks good, sounds good. We tried our best. Whew. We tried, but we collected our money. Like I said, their job is to protect the corporation, or they wouldn't be in that position. We don't elect them. If you think we do, I'm sorry. Because we haven't. They've selected them for many, many years. Not even this Trump stuff. That's old news. This is way before that. They've been selecting people from the beginning. Every president, even including Trump, they've all been related. Every president from the beginning has been related. Every one of them. To two kings. So, you think that's a coincidence? No. So, but yeah, I mean, literally, it's crazy here. See, I've gained more people talking about this. Is funny. So, but that's all. I mean, it's just kind of a drop of some knowledge, man. I've read so many books, like my head was exploding. So many books, like old school books, and it's been the most knowledge and that was like, wow, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. That makes sense now. Just realize you're the beneficiary of God's trust. Everything you do in this is contracts and trust law. Contract law and trust law. Everything is contract. Everything you do is contract. Everything. But you know what the good part about being with a contract is? You can revoke it. So I think that's what we should do to this corporation. Don't you think so? Do you think we should revoke their charter and revoke their corporation status? I think so. I think they've done enough abusing and enough destruction. I think we also need to dismantle the Federal Reserve Bank. The BRICS nations that are coming along beautifully. I can't wait for us to go to BRICS, which I know we already are, but it will come out. So backed by gold and silver, like Kennedy wanted to do, like even Abraham Lincoln wanted to do. Same thing. I mean, they wanted to create their own money from our own treasury because we can do that. We don't need some Federal Reserve goon that's sitting there with the computers doing this. Okay, yep, we're gonna. What you need another $4 trillion? Okay, here you go, $4 trillion. What do you need there? Okay, printer. Oh, you need 8 million? Okay, there you go. Oh, you need 4 billion? There you go. Just like that, just made up. Okay, no problem. Just print and print and print and print. And the whole fact about inflation, guess what? That's all bullshit made up too, man. Straight up. If you can print a limited amount of money, you should have no inflation. It shouldn't even exist. Am I wrong? That means everybody should be rolling around in Maseratis and Bugattis. Period. But they don't want that. They want to make you think you're poor and you're nothing. You're just a little peon. And you're going to do what I tell you because I have all the fake money. No. Just tell them fuck off. Eat a dick. That's what I do. Yeah, I got my order today too. Actually, literally, I got an order today, Ocean Dale, about my silver. I bought some silver rounds, so I was like, I'm gonna go with some silver rounds this time. I usually buy the Sea of Silver Eagles and things like that, but I bought some silver rounds this time, and they actually were pretty cool looking. So if you can buy silver, that stuff is gonna go to the moon, man. I'm telling you this. Believe me. I'm telling you. I know it. So when it does, you're gonna wake up one day and be like, wow. My little $20 to $30 investment for a coin is gonna pay off beautifully. So yeah, that's telling you got to go. That's where it's going. We're not going to have banks in the future. We're not going to have ATMs. We're not going to need any of that shit. We're not going to need it. We're going to be able to interact between each other. There are going to be no middlemen. That's what this quantum thing is going to. They're not going to call it the quantum financial system. It's going to be blockchain in general for everything, but that means it's not. They can't hack it. They can't manipulate it. That's the reason why. So, but you're going to be able to pay for things. You want your car? You want a car? I'm selling my house. Okay, I'm going to go buy your house. Here you go. There's no bank needed because the bank's not needed now anyway. The bank doesn't loan you their money. The bank owns you your own money. That promissory note that you sign for a house, by the way, the moment you go there to close and you sign your signature to that promissory note, they don't even sign. The other party doesn't even sign, which is the bank, the lender. They don't even sign it. Do you know why? Because they take that money or they take that bond, that promissory note that you sign, which gives it value to send back to the Treasury with a 1099-A as abandoned property. They pull that money from your bond plus times three times, 3 bonds for each person for each house. Not including if you have a spouse, that's 3 for them, 3 for you. 3 for the VA for me. Like there's 9 bonds on this house. My house is worth $4 million almost. So literally, we didn't know that. So the bank turns around, collects your money with that promissory note, sells that promissory note right away to investors to collect money right away. So then that money is, so that bond is just passed around. So that's why you think these lenders always move your loans everywhere. These mortgage companies, these fake people that create companies and just all they're doing is pushing paper around. They're getting rich and you're getting poor. And you're the bank the whole time. You didn't even know it. You're the bank. Banks can't open up an account. There's something called GAAP, Generally Acceptable Accounting Principles, GAAP, they call it. And GAAP means that everything has to be balanced. Everything on a ledger, everything. So if say you go like in the bank account, so they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to give you come in, so I'm going to put in $100 to open a checking account. So the bank puts that down as $100 of an asset into their bank, into their ledger, but they also have to put $100 of liability on the other side of the ledger. The left side is liabilities, the right side is credits, which you're a creditor, all your stuff is on the right. The bank, on the other hand, to balance this, because everything has to remain balanced, that's how the system works. It's a debt system. So the ledgers in the loan for accounting, they have to balance it out. So if the $100 they gave you, it creates $100 worth of credit for that bank. But they also has to create a debit, because if I ever pull that money out, that's a liability they have to pay back to me as $100. But what they don't tell you is that as soon as you give them $100, because you become an authorized representative, you don't sign your name beneficiary on your signature card, you become an authorized representative. That's why these people can't get their money out of the bank. That's why it gets frozen. That's why the IRS can come in and seize things, because you're an authorized representative on your signature card. You're not a beneficiary. They flip the words on their writing because we don't read them. Just go through it quickly. They throw papers at you and you sign it because you want to get done. But the one little turn in the word can change everything. So what that does is that balance has to balance out. So that means for every credit, there has to be a debit to keep the books balanced. So you're telling me, so then what they do is that $100 that you give the bank for your checking account, then they lend out that, or they multiply. They don't lend it out. Let me get that straight. They don't lend it out. They blast it out for investments to make more money with. So they take and make that $100 and they multiply it by 10. So every dollar you give, it's 10. It's lent out supposedly by 10, which is really not the case. Where do you think all these people's bonuses come from? Where do you think they get money from? Think about that. You're paying their bonuses. That's exactly what it is. Well, that $1 you put in became 10 now. But they never loan you back that money. You don't get the money back from it. You don't get the interest that has been accrued. That you should be getting the interest. You're the creditor. We don't accrue that interest. The banks do. We get all the risk and none of the benefit. They get all the benefit and none of the risks. Think about that. Is that a contract that you'd want to work with? Where one party gets everything and you get nothing? No. Hell no. That doesn't benefit anybody. Equal consideration is supposed to be given by all parties. 2 parties to be valid. It has to be equal consideration. What is the party coming to what do both parties bring to the table that's equal in value to make this a valid contract? The bank doesn't bring shit, right? You do, because your work is going to pay this off. Your work is going to create value with this. Your signature with your energy creates productivity. It creates something of tangible. That's where it starts from. Seriously. That's how powerful I want you guys to realize. Literally, that's how powerful you are. You ever heard the old saying, the sword is, or the pen is mightier than the sword? True story, man. True story. That's the reason why Congress is, if you think about it too, why do you think Congress has never been involved? All these wars, Congress is technically supposed to end, like everyone's supposed to be involved if you send troops to war. War has to be declared and it has to be voted on. Has that happened? No. The president's like, we're sending everybody to war. Why? Because we've always been under a maritime law. We've also been under martial law for a long time. We just never realized we've been in a state of emergency. So when you become a state of emergency, all other policies get superseded, and the president is in charge over everything. He has like carte blanche power to do whatever he wants, or she, whoever this will be. So my point is like, this is all made up shit, all made up, all of it, because we give it the power. We keep continuing to give it energy. We feed it. We're like, here you go. Here you go. It's like that old, you ever seen that old movie, Little Shop of Horrors? It had like Rick Moranis in it, and it was like a big old Venus flytrap plant that he grows, and he calls it the Audrey or something like that, like his girlfriend, and he keeps feeding it and loving it, and that thing it gets so big because he keeps feeding it and loving it. All of a sudden, it becomes a problem. It starts to become turn on him. It starts to create issues. That's what we're doing. We keep feeding that thing. We keep feeding it so it can devour us. That's what it's doing, is devouring us slowly. Think about that. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's very eye-opening. I just want you guys to know that's why I feel like this is a bigger thing for me. God wanted me to talk about this. I mean, that's why I'm going to jump off. But I also want to just say that to you guys, man. Seriously, if you get a few minutes, put your dang phone down, get a book. Try to read some books about who you are really. Learn about trust law. Learn about commercial law. Learn about your straw man. Meet Your Straw Man. That's a beautiful book. It's it's real thin. You'll be able to read it in a day. If you're a slow reader, maybe 2 days. In between your breaks or whatever you're doing, I mean, it shouldn't take you long. If you read Meet Your Straw Man, you can buy it on Amazon for like $5. Meet Your Straw Man. That's what it's called. And you read that little book, it'll be like a fragment grenade going off in your brain. And you're like, wow. And it'll start to tell you other things to start looking, and you'll start going down rabbit holes like I did. I have stacks of books that I've been reading, like literally. I have them highlighted so I can compare notes with different books, and I'm putting pieces together. That's what you got to do. You just got to. Knowledge is power. That is true story. Because the more knowledge you have, because they kept us stupid, they kept us dumb, they kept us poisoned, they keep us down, so we don't learn how to grow and evolve and learn the truth. Once we figure out we're in this game and what's going on, dude, it's done. They're done. Done. They've been done. So I say the more of us that learn these realities, then the more of you will speak. I went to car dealership, 2 of them. I red pilled the crap out of the salesman. One person said, I can listen to you talk all day. I was like, well, this is just speaking truth. So I told them what to do and going on these things. I mean, literally, that's what your job is, to communicate, educate, whatever you can, whatever that looks like. Spread the light, whatever. That's God's way of saying this is what you need to do. Even if it's for one person, man, I don't care. Say something that may, just like I said, throw a fragment grenade. If you don't know what a fragment grenade is, it's a grenade. When it explodes, there's pellets, BBs, there's everything. It just frags everything. It's like, wow, and splinters into pieces. So I always tell people, I just threw a fragment grenade in your brain, and when I walk away, I drop it. And when I walk away, poof, it just goes off in your brain. And it makes you want to learn things. It makes you want to look outside the box, get out of your little sleeping box and start learning some things. Because we spend too much time on the phone and the computer and the iPad. And I'm not saying books are any more knowledgeable than the phone, but what I'm saying is read and start educating yourself. What resonates with you in your soul, you know it resonates with you. Trust it. There's a reason. Because we don't trust ourselves. That's the biggest thing from spirit. We don't trust ourselves enough. And there's a reason why we don't trust ourselves. Because we have that MK Ultra. Our brain doesn't know how to balance things, because when we get highs and lows all the time. So we're constantly trying to adjust. And in the meantime, all these little subliminal messages and programming keep getting pushed in. And that's how the MK Ultra kicks in, because your conscious mind kind of gets like, what? And your subconscious kicks in. So they manipulate both. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. And I know it's a little different than what I usually do, because I usually do spiritual roundtables, but I feel like this is a big thing for me too. I feel like this is part of my mission now. I feel like lately is I have to communicate with people. I have to change the perspective a little bit. That's what Yeshua did. That's what these ascended masters that are here, like Dennis asked about, they're here to help evolve and move this along. Just like Yeshua. He was flipping tables over in the temples. Banking tables. I don't need this. Just get out of here. You're not welcome here. And what happened after that? He was crucified. So this is all a situation of, we just have to look at things different. That's the hangman, different perspective. Look at things differently. And the only way you're going to do that is by educating yourself, learning. Not what somebody else tells you think you should know, or this is what this person says is right or not. If you may think something is right that I might think is way off the wall and wrong. But that doesn't mean anything. You trust what you feel is right. That's right for you. That's the biggest thing, is just trusting what you believe in. Trust it. Because we don't even know what we believe in anymore. Especially now. I even told my wife, I don't even about the world. Like, everything I thought I knew, I don't know. So I really don't know what is going on or what's going on. That's all I know. I do know that. I have no idea. But I do know what I can control as me. That's what I do know. And I just want you guys to release these fears, these doubts. It's coming. It's coming. All the things, hopefully you've been preparing. You got some extra food in your cabinets and your cupboards, and for your dogs and cats and whatever other animals you have. Put some extra food aside. Pull a little extra cash. Even I know a lot of you guys, if there's some people who don't have very much money, I understand that. Just pull a little bit out, maybe $40, $20, whatever you can pull. Just pull it aside and put it aside in a jar or somewhere out of the way. That's where it starts, just a little bit here and there. Just pulling so you have something like to tangible grab when the system crashes and goes away. Because one day people are gonna wake up and they're gonna be a cyber. I feel like that's what possibly it'll come down to that. There's going to be cyber attacks coming, I feel. And I also feel there's going to be a lot of things when it comes to the bank, or they're going to spin it that way. JP Morgan is crashing. It will crash. Wells Fargo will crash. Bank of America will crash. And they're not going to get bailed out this time. I know it. I already know it. Because we need to step up and make sure that doesn't happen. We got to voice our displeasure, man. Because how the government's supposed to work, once again, for the betterment of the people, the best interest of the people. And if the Congress is not doing that, or the people we represent or elect, supposedly, we're able to remove them. You're fired. Like Trump said, you're fired. Let me put somebody else in who's going to do the job that we ask you to do. Because it's not just for one person's benefit, it's for the all benefit. That's their job. So that comes back to us taking our power back. We can't let this keep going the way it's going. We need to step up and speak our minds in a respectful way, respectful way, because we don't want to be belligerent and crazy. And then, he needs to go be put in a 5150 ward, or he needs to be put in jail with a warrant because he's a disruptive slave. Don't ever sign anything. Don't. You need a public defender? Nope, I'll defend myself. Thank you. So, because the moment you step into it and you cross the bar, you're done. You already lost. So, that's why you got to stay out of the court. And all these people, they only have one thing in common: make money. They're banks. Our government is a bank. True. You're a bank. You just didn't know it. We just didn't know it. So, all right, guys. I love you guys. Like I said, just stay in the light. I know I kind of dropped some stuff that maybe some of you may not have known. Maybe you have. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I'm just saying it's part of growth. Even if it's ugly to see or hear, because we're going to see some ugly and hear some ugly things coming up in the future. So, but that's going to lead to a betterment. So start learning some of these ugly things now, so it makes more sense, and you'll be better prepared to move forward appropriately for your own betterment in your own self and how you protect you and your family. It starts with you. So before I go real quick though, I'll be on again Monday, but next Thursday I won't be on, and the following Monday I won't be on again because I'm going to be gone to a seminar. So I'm actually going to be traveling to some seminars. So some good stuff coming up. So I might actually put that out when I come back from the seminar. For some of you who may want to know about owning some land and putting under land patent and getting out of becoming a citizen and being a sovereign man or woman like God created you to be, and because slaves can't own property. That's why you get a certificate of title on your car. That's why you get a warranty deed on your house. You don't get the actual deed because a deed has to be signed from a U.S. president. Did you know that? So you have to go all the way back and track all those different deeds, warranty deeds, all the way up to the original signature from a president in order to patent the land as yours. And citizens can't own property. It's what it is. Because you're lost at sea, right? You're dead. You borrow it. So technically your house, your cars, all these things, the government's supposed to be paying you because you're using that. They're supposed to take care of the maintenance. They're supposed to do all that. But they haven't been doing their job. They've been flipping it on us and say, you take care of it. You pay us. That's not how it works. They own it. We're using it. That's why you get certificates of things, not the actual. So, all right, guys, I love you all. Once again, like I said, I'll be on this Monday coming up, but I won't be on the next Thursday or the following Monday, okay? But I'll be back the following Thursday. So just have to miss a couple of days because of everything I learn as I learn more, I'm going to start educating people, man. I feel people need to know this stuff, and I feel like God is pushing me this way, away from the other, because we work on spirituality, but part of spiritual growth and ascension is learning even the ugliness and moving past it and turning it into something good. That's what I feel like we're trying to do. So, but if insurance will change with Sarah? They're killing me on house. Yeah, well, insurance, guess what, Riverdale Deb? They pulled millions of dollars of bond money on you, on your home. So I'm telling you, it will change. They're going to go away. Insurance companies, all that, it's all going away. So all that stuff's going to go away. It's all created to keep you in debt, keep you enslaved, keep you on the hamster wheel, keep you low vibe, keep you wanting more, keep you wanting to wish to be like these other people who have just freedom and money and look at all these beautiful things. They want you to attain that. That's idolization. They want you to have a false idol, not God. They want you to keep moving towards an idol. Be like that person. Why do you think they put all these things? It's all for idols, false idols. That's all it is. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. All will be well. Stay in the light. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on yourself. Stay calm. Everything will be well. We've already won. You got to believe it. And it will be. SOULdier of Light, out.